Tuesday night vibes, the mic's on fire. C3 Panthers Podcast, fueling desire. The professor bringing wisdom, Cody lacks raw wit. The voice and Bat Daddy, yeah, the crew legit. Live at 9, watch the sparks ignite. Carolina pride, teal and black take flight. Talking Bryce Young, got the future in sight. C3 Nation, roll deep through the night. Canales playbook, crafting that plan. Dan Morgan stacking talent, every move's the man. Panther growl loud, stadium lights gleam. From Charlotte to the globe, we repping the dream. Tap in for the breakdowns, the plays in the news. Analyzing every yard, never hitting snooze. QB1 Bryce, turn the doubters confused. C3 Panthers Podcast, always in the groove. The professor dropping facts, Cody's passion's alive. But Daddy wild takes, keep the theories revived. The voice with the insight, smooth as silk. Cock calf, sharp enough to cut, no barley or milk. Live at 9, watch the sparks ignite. Carolina pride, teal and black take flight. Talking Bryce Young, got the future in sight. C3 Nation, roll deep through the night.
Maybe we're just saying we're going to take a drink of this Kool-Aid, and then we say, that tastes a little funny. Being 500 tastes delicious as the Carolina Panthers have coming off a win, 30-27 against the Dallas Cowboys. Rico Dowdle, top 5 rusher in the league. Panthers defense among the tops in run defense, particularly over the last couple of weeks. And maybe they're starting to get a little toughness, a little momentum. It's a great day on the C3 Panthers podcast, aka 10/14/25 Emancipation Day. Happy days to Panther fans ahead. Each day getting better, each win a little closer to just full happiness. It's Tuesday night. It's the C3 Panthers podcast, and I'm rocking with my wheelman, Cody Light.
Tony Don. There's nowhere I'd rather be on a Tuesday night than sitting here with my boys talking Panther football. As always, we have an incredible show lined up for the C3 Legion tonight. Why is it that J.C. Horn finally moved around with George Pickens after he asked for it to happen? That's kind of wild. The Panthers' offensive line is opening up holes large enough for semi-trucks to drive through them. And then last but not least, Tony, we have to talk about how this Panthers offense might be one of the very best offenses in the NFL. What are you talking about, dude? We're going to discuss this with the best damn Panther fans in all of YouTube. We got Bryce Young Glazer in the building, C3 Doug, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights, Joey the Blind Panther. What's up, bro? Nova Black in the building, my brother. What's up? Panther Gal 73, Roosevelt Mongo, VR the Hope Diller, and our girl Kristen Butler, aka the Beaties Needies. Tony Dunn, ain't nothing to it but to do it, brother. Let's roll.
The number's 252-228-5098. That's 252-228-5098. Bryce Young coming off a perfect passer rating game. And look, is each week we're hoping to get more answers rather than more questions. We're not trying to sign a 5th-year option today, CK, but we want to be convinced to sign a 5th-year option at the end of the year. The Titans fired their head coach and Brian Callahan. They're on their 3rd GM in 3 years, and we want a little stability to step forward onto a stepping stone that isn't wobblier than the last one. CK, great to be with you.
Man, it's what I love about coming into this show after 2 wins is I feel as though we're starting to see the family come back together. Seeing Nova Black in here for the first time in a minute. I love seeing people. I don't blame people from having to be on a hiatus from watching Panthers content. Trust me. It is difficult, but I tell you what, super happy to have you back. Super happy to have everybody in the chat that's in the chat, and being able to have some positive things to talk about. Dude, 2 weeks ago, think about where we were 2 weeks ago. Mentally, we were defeated.
Yeah.
And that's coming off of a week after we just beat the Falcons 30-0. All of a sudden, the people that we've lost to don't look like they're that easy of targets that we thought they might have been when we first started the season. And all of a sudden, we think about the Atlanta Falcons. They just steamrolled over the Buffalo Bills. Quite honestly, they probably should have put up more points than they did. But they're sitting there making the Bills look like they were just mortal as can be. And we beat that team 30-0. The Patriots beat the Bills a week after they beat us. I mean, I'm just saying, boys, like, we're a team learning how to be to mesh together. But I love the fact that we're moving in the right direction. And all of a sudden, the feelings we had 2 weeks ago just feel like they were so novel compared to where we feel right now.
Feels like 2 months ago, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And you know, I've long said on this show that you really don't see who the real good teams are until after week 6. Where we at now, boys?
The family's been around, CK. You know, they're all there.
Yeah.
They're always, it's kind of like cousins, you know, peeping in and out. Sometimes more, you know, I think to your point is this is, and especially to the C3 community as well, is that we give so much time and energy and faithfulness to the team, to each other, the time to the podcast, not only us podcasting, but you guys being here with us on Tuesday nights when you're here live or you're listening in the background, is that it does become one of those things, CK, where it was like just watching the games was draining so much. And so, like, just being, you're still active, you're still there, but you're not like, man, as soon as you wake up checking Twitter, you're like, oh, I gotta check it. You know, I mean, I know so many people listen to the show and stuff, but it does become like, you know,
hey man, some other podcast called it quits. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they did. We're not,
still going strong.
I know people have always, especially other podcasters, have always made little, I would say subtle jabs or gotten annoyed that I say the longest running, you know, and I do take it seriously. Yeah, it's a shtick, but like, it's like, hey, week in, week out, you show up, you do it. We find a way, even if we've had to move a day, we get a sub or something to that. I did see them tweeting today.
Well, I mean, they would be dumb not to ride the momentum.
Who?
They're
I mean, I saw them put out a tweet. I don't really care if they come back, you know, like, I hope they, you know, I want the team.
I don't think you can come back right now. I don't think that you could come back right now if you're Meow Mix.
I think that was almost
Bill
like
Barnwell put out a tweet that said, since that podcast quit, the Panthers are 2-0. Like,
that's what I'm saying, dude.
They got to stop until we lose.
Meow Mix was sacrificed at the altar so the Panthers can get some momentum, dude. Hey, that's fine. Let them.
We can't wash our underwear now. You know.
Yeah, we're here through thick and thin. And CK, you mentioned family. These family in the chat, bro. The fact that we're finally winning. There's no way we couldn't be here for these fine fans at this moment in time.
Yes. I will say this much. I don't think the podcast is sacrificed. I think what it could be, if I'm looking at this from a spiritual perspective, they chose their family over the Panthers, and they're being rewarded in the Panthers being somehow relevant. Not as a, you know, haha, you quit at the wrong time, but as a, hey, listen, you made the choice for your family. You know, we're going to allow you to have the good thing that is the Panthers back again.
So my favorite part about this is that I've had a running joke on Pirate Radio for when we do picks and there's like a bad game on Monday Night Football or Sunday night, or I call it a good dad game. Mm-hmm. Like, you get to go be a good dad and not watch football because you're like, oh, this game's going to be terrible. I made a joke a couple of weeks ago. Is like, the Panthers getting so bad now I have to hang out with my family. Like, get back good so we can get on this podcast and hang out with the homies, have fun and drink beers on Sunday. And be happier on Sunday. I was like, man, why am I looking forward to going to work? That's what it is. A couple of like, I guess, what do they call it? Retractions. I think in the post game show, I was like, I can't remember the last time the Panthers won back-to-back games. Somebody in the comments or on Twitter hit me up and said we won back-to-back last year at the end. And I do remember we started out 3-0 with Sam Darnold.
Yes,
but it just feels,
yep.
and I guess it's not in my defense. I mean, that's just an error.
It feels different, man. All that time
forever. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Like it's foggy.
It was a blur, man. Like this is relevant for us right now, early in the season. There's still stuff to play for. We're at the end of the stretch last year. We were just doing it for the morale of it, you know? But this actually means something. We're still undefeated at home. Now we're getting ready to face a team that has not won a game, and the Carolina Panthers need to get the monkey off of their
dangerous
back.
Team to play.
I know.
It's a rabid animal in the corner. I know that you said I feel confidence. I went back and listened to the post game show a little bit because we get the download credit, so I always listen to the own show. Like one more download. Come on, baby. Let's go. We got to get through this because our numbers were so fire. At a couple of moments around the Bryce Young time. I mean, we were really catching our momentum. Not only were we getting good chemistry, we were getting the community was just developing. And then they plateau for everybody. You know what I mean? It's just like it's interest. So if we've built that such a strong foundation of like the real family vibe and community. Like if we could really catch success and excitement, like this podcast is poised to I don't say explode, but to really capitalize on all that work we put in. But so I'm like always one download. I'm listening to I let it play in the background at work while I'm doing stuff, and like even on volume down just to get the whole time. And you said I feel so I was like, oh gosh, Cody, I was so mad at you. I was like, I feel this is the first time I feel so calm. I was like, gosh, this rabid animal, the Jets. We just win our excitement and our happiness.
We can't always bite our tongue. At some point, we got to put our money where our mouth is and say whether or not we believe in this team.
Hey,
and we have this monkey on our back of not being a good road team. And we're literally going on the road playing a team that has not won a game. If this isn't an opportunity for us to nut up or shut up, I don't know what is.
And to that point, Cody, somebody else called their shot last week before this most recent game against the Dallas Cowboys. Somebody had the ability to be bold in his approach prior coming to a team that was coming into the bank, poised to possibly make us look embarrassed because they were having the best offense in the league, which showed up in a lot of ways outside of the rushing attack, but from the passing attack showed up. Rico Dowdle called his shot. He said, buckle up. He gave them billboard material, and he showed up. And listen, do I want to do that?
Buckle up. That's what he said in his post game.
They didn't buckle up. I don't. Do I want to see us do that every week and have that type of gum? I don't know. Like I don't. That's when you don't follow through with one of those things. It feels bad. But I tell you what, when you do, it feels incredible.
Cody, I agree with you in the is that you got to speak with your chest and have confidence. And I like that. Like, I'm not saying you're like jinxing us. I'm not saying that. It's like, to me, is like every moment we've had one win against the Dolphins, worst run defense in the league. Then we get the Cowboys, which has a high powered offense, or at least statistically they have, and another terrible defense. We've coupled two games together. Now we're playing a bad team. You can turn that into a little momentum, because then later you're going into week 6 or 7 at that point. And what are we in? We week 6 now. So that 7. Would be, we were just in, we're 3-3. So that'll be week 7 after the Jets. Like, you're going into week 8, and then you're still going to have noise. Like, even if we started getting cocky, that it's like, oh, you play terrible teams. But like, all of this can either be momentum, or it could be like you lose to the Jets and it just saps all of the not happiness, but all the things you were trying to build on. So while
Right.
this is it's kind of like a must win for our morale and for team confidence. And you can't, it's one of those, it's not even a must win, it's a must not lose.
Really? Yeah.
It's like is winning doesn't change an entire terribly much, but losing.
Well, and then to that point, we feel like we're hitting our stride. But then if we lose to what is ostensibly the worst team in football right now,
the same conversation.
Yeah, dude, it's like, oh, we take one step forward to take two steps back.
Yeah.
So no, you're not wrong at all. This is a big time game for the Panthers, but also the fans, man. I feel like this is really gonna let us know who the Panthers are and in what direction they're trending.
Yep.
I mean, you sort of loosely alluded to Monday Night Football, okay, with the Falcons getting a win over the Bills. We pitched a shutout against Atlanta. Like now we're really starting to wonder, are the Panthers a fluke or can we hold our own against the very best teams in football? We're about to find out in short order.
We also need the Jets to be a straight demoralized, beaten animal, not a rabid animal that is fighting at any turn for survival. We need to put this animal to sleep. We need to do them a favor. That's what we need to do. So think of it as a humanitarian cause and ending the suffering without giving them any prospect of life and continued hope. Tonight's show,
Make
Panthers
them sellers. Make them sellers by the end of the game. Make them want to get rid of some of those players that they have on their defense to possibly maybe the Panthers.
Yeah, no kidding. Panthers looking to jump on Jets for much needed victory on the road tonight's show. And starting out right away, Cody, this is Joe Person the day after the game referencing a Tommy Tremble quote. Headline, don't look now, but the Panthers are 500. The feeling is different in the building. Joe Person writes, and while the Panthers players weren't ready to break out champagne after their 30-27 victory on Sunday over the Cowboys, a win that moved them to 500 for the first time since week 10 in 21, Tremble says there's a different vibe around the organization these days. The momentum in this building, the feeling in the building is different, said Tremble, the fifth-year tight end, and everyone can feel that. When was all right, now I'm confused because wasn't Darnold 2021?
Darnold was 2021 because
Didn't
the
we
first
start out
year
3-0?
Yes, the first year with Matt Rule, we had Teddy Bridgewater. That was 2020, and then 2021. Before that season, we traded for Sam Darnold, and we started
Fact
out
check Joe
3-0.
Person, guys. Actually, don't do that. I like Joe. But Tommy Tremble, a guy that was drafted by Matt Rule, and now I like how these guys that are still young players are like, now that I'm a vet. Like, when do you become a vet? Is it year 3?
Dude, I think year 3, probably, I would say. Because
Okay.
year 2, it's like, I mean, maybe
You're a baby vet
maybe,
at year 3.
yeah, you're a baby. But also, even year 2, man, it's like, once you've been through that first year and you've been to the combine,
that's
all
too
of
early.
college, gone through the first year, now you're in year 2. I feel like year 2,
Too early.
you should know the speed.
No, getting laid once doesn't make you like okay. I think year 4 is like vet status for me. I think you're like
I think you can start to
adolescent.
become a leader at year 3. Year 3 is leadership, but I think I agree. I think vet, you start like when you start to really process the game in like a higher level. If you're going to be a contributor in the NFL for a long period of time, it's going to be year 4. I agree wholeheartedly. Yeah. I think year 4 is the number.
Yeah, I think year 3 is early. I mean, I can let you argue that. Year 2 way too early. Somebody in chat said 5. I will settle. I think 4 is my number. 5 is a definite. Maybe second contract. The only way you can beat year 4 is if you sign a second, like when you get to your second contract, definite vet, you are living on more than that. All right, so the feeling is different, Cody, and there was some excitement in the lock. Now, This level of excitement also makes me a little nervous here. Not nervous, but like
we're so jaded. We're so jaded that as soon as good things start happening to the Panthers, it's like, no, don't do that. Step on a crack, break your mama's back.
God,
You know what I mean?
Look at this. We're about to check out Dave Canales' immediate speech. And yeah, you are excited. You're happy. When are you a vet head coach? Definitely not year 2. Obviously. Look at this. I mean, I'm happy. I'm happy that there is like, we got to get excitement. I want the players to be excited. This, man, if I acted like this, y'all would make fun of me. But let's go. Look at this mug. He is getting a PlayStation 5 when first day it comes out.
Let's hear it for T-Mac 1 time. Yeah! Oh. Let's hear it 2 times. Yeah! Okay, now, Ryan Fitzgerald, money. Game winner, May 3. May 3 on the day. Hey, your quarterback, 3 touchdowns, 114.8 QB rating. Rico Dowdle.
Organized crime.
Team record, 239 yards in scrimmage.
And there's been some great in that.
Offense, most yards from scrimmage. Okay, let's talk about your defense. Yeah. Killing the run game today. Let's go. Hey, they got theirs. They made some plays. Guys, that's life. That's football. You just keep playing. You keep believing. Can you imagine where we could go if we play together like that every game? Just executing one play at a time. One play at a time. What a beautiful finish, guys. I'm so proud of this group. I'm proud of what we're doing, though. It's the process that leads to these results because you guys believe in what we're doing, and we keep pushing it, and we keep growing, okay? I love this group. Proud of you guys.
Y'all see that this work. We got to believe and just keep doing what we do. Yep. Hey, family on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Family.
Derek Brown listening to the podcast. Believe. Believe. I've been saying for a couple of weeks. We just need to believe. Derek Brown, a big leader there in that. I would love also, and I'm not picking nits. I mean, I would really love for the players to say, give me that damn mic. I'd say Bryce Young, like step up and say, Rico, get your ass up here. Man, I want you to lead this celebration. I don't know how you become a leader. I'm glad Dave Canales taking ownership, excitement brewing. Rico Dowdle, thank you very much. Thank you, offensive line and Rico Dowdle 2 weeks in a row for allowing us to get ourselves in a position to play the football that this team is really built for, guys. Bryce Young had arguably his best game of his career. We can split hairs about if it's not. But he can thrive and become a great player, maybe. But we got to early on put him in, not make it so he has to do it all. CK, I think you pointed this out on the post-game show, and I think, and I'm not comparing him to Tom Brady, but Tom Brady was not I'm going to go out there and win every game from the beginning of his career.
Right.
He was surrounded by, he grew into that. And Bryce Young, we really got to build the foundation for him. And it's not just players around him. That's just so easy to say. Talent around him. Putting this game in him in good situations down in distance, forcing the Cowboys defense when they're getting shredded on the ground to make adjustments to try to stop the run in some case, giving him advantageous moments. And he made some great plays too. I'm not trying to take that away from him, but putting people in near impossible situations and asking for less than impossible results or more than impossible results is tough. And I'm not saying I'm not giving Bryce a pass for the things he's done in the past, but let's not always be 3rd and 7.
Dude, to me, there's so much goodwill that you can sort of pass around. listen, there's so much on offense to talk about. We still have to talk about Chuba Hubbard coming back.
Yeah.
What's that going to mean for Rico? How they're going to split the reps? The emergence of Bryce Young. But boys, I figured today we would actually start on the defensive side of the football and show the defense a lot of love, which they so definitely deserve. Derek Brown is back, and so is the Panthers. Suddenly stout run defense. He said, I have faith. The 50 rushing yards are the second fewest allowed in a 2-game stretch in the Panthers' 31-year history. What? Trailing only the 45 they gave up to Washington and Dallas during the 2015 Super Bowl season. A 2-game sample will not completely erase the memories of 2024, when season-ending injuries to Brown and Shaq Thompson within the first 4 weeks began a downward spiral that ended with the Panthers allowing 200 rushing yards in each of their final 6 games. When the Panthers opened up the season by letting the Jaguars run for over 200 yards in week 1, the reaction of many observers and fans was something along the lines of, here we go again. But Derek Brown had a different take. I had faith in this defense from the beginning. We just had a few bad plays and people doubted us. It is what it is. So, boys,
He needs to listen to Tony.
What do you attribute the resurgence of this defense? You know, we had a goal in the offseason. Dan Morgan and Brent Tillis, they had a mandate from David Tepper, fix this run defense. And it seemed as though they failed. But boys, now this team has come alive. They know the mission. And it seems like all the free agents that we have bought in to stop the run are doing just that.
That's the thing, CK, is this is where it's always goes, where it's always been, is the Panthers' defensive decline. When you go back to the year that Luke Kuechly retired, or where Luke Kuechly started to look almost human. You know, I mean, he still was a great player, but it was just like because the guys in front of him couldn't let him play free. You saw it coming, and then from that season on, it was just a continued. It has been now 6 or 7 years of the Panthers defense not being good against the run at all, not even like bad against the run. And it's been in the last 3 years that it's just been horrific against the run, but it's still the genesis of the problem. And now they're just winning the line of scrimmage, and they're not making. And one other thing, they're winning the line of scrimmage. They're stopping the run. They're getting disruptive in the backfield. They're hitting, especially on run plays. They're getting pads on these guys before they pass the line of scrimmage or right at it. The other thing this defense has done that they have not done well in the last couple of years is open field tackling.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was one of the things that PFF talked about, which was the most wild stat that I think I've ever heard. The Panthers had 0 missed tackles.
Yeah.
0 missed tackles the entire game. That doesn't
solid
happen.
Tackling, man.
Now, here's the part that I think I sit there and look at. I don't think that that's an accurate statement to my mind, because I remember distinctly George Pickens getting free and then hurdling a guy, things like that. That maybe because there was no contact, maybe they're saying that he is. But I also remember there was a time where he was down and then we got it. So I don't think that stat seems somewhat flawed to me. Now I don't know if they mean just in the run game or what.
Even if it's not 100% accurate, CK, we watched these guys make open field tackles one-on-one where you need to make the play. And in the past, the guy has arm tackled, or they've shed it, and it goes for 6 more yards than it should have.
I think what I look at more than anything with what we've seen from this team is the run defense, which was largely the biggest problem on our team last year, is now our strength. And our biggest strength on our team last year is very possibly our biggest weakness now, and that is our defensive backfield. Because we couldn't stop a nosebleed. You couldn't talk. I mean, I want to give credit to the linebackers for being a part of the run game, and because that was important. Don't get me wrong, but I'm telling you, it just felt like anytime that it was 3rd and 8, these guys could just throw it across the middle, and they were wide open. That's a concern to me. Now, another concern to me is that Evero just refuses to dial up any level of pressure whatsoever. The amount of times I heard on the broadcast, we can't get any pressure. They're just rushing 4 people, rushing 4 people, rushing 4 people, rushing 4 people consistently and constantly while still giving up chunk plays in the pass game. I'm still not willing to give the flowers to the defense outside of the defensive line.
Maybe they're saving it for the good teams.
But also, let's acknowledge this. Earlier this season, we were talking about maybe this is the worst linebacking core that we have ever seen for the Panthers.
Still not good.
Well, okay, that's fine, but they are damn sure playing better than they were.
Because Trevin Wallace is playing better.
Trevin Wallace is playing better, and hey, man, even give some love to Christian Roseboom. I feel like if Jared Rivero made some adjustments to this defense that allowed them to play faster and play more downhill. Also, don't take out of the equation number 97 in your playbook, if we have pictured right there. Bobby Brown looked mean, dude. He looked really aggressive. He was able to get in the defensive backfield. He was getting pressures. He had a 53.9 pressure rate. He had a 68.4 tackling percentage. This is all from PFF that you have up on the screen, by the way. It seems like the defensive front 7 really has dialed in. We'll talk a little bit more about the defensive backfield in just a minute, but, go back to David Gettleman. What did he say way back when? Big men allow you to win football games. And to me, it's not a surprise that you see Bobby Brown coming alive, Derek Brown coming alive, and now those linebackers are able to flow more freely to the football than they were in the first weeks of the season.
I'm gonna find the snap count soon in just a second. Bobby Brown is we've got some good players up front. Ashawn, we've had Derek Brown was good. Man, it's been great. He was hurt last year. Ashawn was good last year. It was like you just always needed those guys to be everything. And now I feel like is that you have enough a little rotation. If we can get Turk like these guys in the front healthy, and you get Wanham and what's his name, Patrick, playing well, and then you can John, thank you. But then you can get Scorton cycling in more. Scorton was like a non-factor in this game. I mean, maybe even if they flip-flop each week, right? Last week it was Scorton. This week, like is that where you just don't need them each time, every play. It's really stopping the run and putting these guys into difficult down and distance situations. That is really what it is. Like the Panthers defense is not incredible lockdown 2013 60 sacks or whatever, or 2015 these just like advantageous turnovers all the time, but they're good enough. Is that our team just needs to play ahead of the sticks. And the defense, like CK said, is that it's not impervious in the backfield. Mike Jackson, who I like a lot, has been trailing on a lot of plays throughout the season, but he's also not like, if you need him to be perfect each week, you're going to be disappointed. But he can be good, but you have to get these guys in positions to where they are at an advantage, not always at a disadvantage. And it goes back to winning line of scrimmage, stopping the run. Cody, what are we looking at here?
Yeah, well, listen, you talk about, it's not going to be perfect, but we're talking about this defensive scheme and sort of what they've done. And this is something that sort of made the rounds, right? This is from Dean Jones on Cat Crave. J.C. Horn just proved that Jerry Rivero's stubborn plan was holding the Panthers back. And Tony, during the postgame show, we sort of had this back and forth about, J.C. traveling and, the zone defense that we run. And then Stephon Gilmore chimed in on Twitter, and he also said he wanted to see the best following best. J.C. Horn, after the game, talking to Vashti Hurts of Carolina Blitz, said, I spoke to the coaches about it on the sideline, said that on that final drive, I'll go to him. He was getting a lot of targets, but like I said earlier, Mike Jackson is the same guy who led the team in pass breakups last year. We both played great together last year. Everyone talked against him. Like I said, he got all the confidence in the world. Hell of a player. It's just the National Football League. Even the best of the best corners get found out sometime. Got to bounce back next week. We both got to do a better job and keep working at it. But all that is basically to say that J.C. Horn said, hey, man, put me on Pickens, because Pickens was abusing Mike Jackson.
Yep.
And J.C. Horn said, let me be the dog that we need. Let me follow Pickens and let me do my dirty work. And that's exactly what happened. And I do feel that really did make a difference. And yet again, it has us wondering, why is our star corner not moving around with the best wide receiver on their team? I feel like we need to see more of it.
Here, I got something for you right here. Dave Canales addressing this. This is on Panthers Talk. All right. And let me see, because I'm telling to use it.
You about to share it?
Yeah, I got it right here. All right. This is asked about this very question.
And Coach, quickly, might we see J.C. Horn travel with the best receiver at all? I know that one of the comments I got was like, hey, man, J.C. Horn, put him on the guy Pickens. J.D. put him on Pickens. So might we see him doing even more?
We could. It's just that fits when you're a man-to-man team.
Yes.
All you got to do is put your best receiver in the slot or at number 3 in trips. And if you're not a man team, JC's not on him. So
Gotcha.
There's schematic limitations with what you can do, unless you're just going to say, hey, we're going to play 5-man rush, cover 1, and that's not really what we do. We mix it in. But JC will find his opportunities to find the best receiver. And that was a part of it. And I got to give Dallas credit. They stayed in tempo. They just got to the ball. George Pickens was on one side. You can't flip corners in the middle of a play when you're at the line of scrimmage. So great job by Shoddy and Cowboys by game planning us and getting them into some situations right there. But I just love JC's competitiveness. He wants to go against the best. It's like that in practice. He wanted to go against Tyrone McMillan all camp. I'm going to show this kid what's up, and we got the new guy in town.
Yep.
And that's the type of challenge that we want. That's the mentality we want to have.
I'm interested in the.
I hate that answer, by the way.
Okay.
I respect it, but I hate it. And I feel like that's part of the reason why so many fans are done with this Ejiro Rivero zone style defense that we run.
Dude,
I'm interested in why you can't just flip corners and stay in zone and just say JC walk out slow and whichever side, and then you run the same zone defense. And he told us how that you can beat zone zone by moving Pickens around. So that's what they're going to do every time. Why can't you walk out there slower? Why can't you flip but stay in zone? I'm not sure, but he said you can't. Got to respect coach on that. It does stink to have to pay these guys $1 bazillion and then them be a limited player.
The thing that I have an issue with is this defense. They talk about it's complex and it feels so simple and rudimentary. It does not feel like here's my thought, right? If I'm Evero and I'm like, okay, they are intentionally lining up their wide receiver opposite side of the field to where JC Horn is every single time. Well, what we're going to do to throw this off, because JC Horn doesn't need to be covering their number 3 wide receiver. Our linebacker can do that. We're going to do a corner blitz. When's the last time we saw a corner blitz? You know what I mean?
We really don't see them much at all.
Right. When's the last time you recall a blitz actually feeling like it was unique or somewhat disguised? I don't think I've seen one. That's my issue. They don't try to dial up pressure. They're the most predictable defense. And yes, they are they're running to a brick wall when they run the ball against us. Right. But what I do say is we aren't doing anything to help our pass rushers get home by not dialing up pressure and having them question where the pressure is coming from. All they know that it's going to be 4 guys rushing up the middle every single time, right? Yeah. That's a problem. And Broadway Joe's not wrong. You can't run man-to-man when you don't have a pass rush. There's only so long that coverage can last before a man-to-man before they're going to be able to get open in some way, shape, or form, or you're getting a penalty because they're trying to do some sort of a juke move on you and you're going to grab a hold of them. You've got to be able to get home. I agree wholeheartedly with Broadway Joe on that. But that also
we're not
comes
getting a
down
pass
to
rush anyway. They get plenty of time anyway.
Sure.
I'm not saying
exactly.
go man to man. I'm going to hunt down a defensive coordinator and ask them exactly why you can't just stay in zone and flip the corners. You can still defeat it, right? Like he said, you can move them into the slot. You can do this. They also have to change their play though. Like they don't get to run the play that they originally called. So it would force them to have to do some different things. But interesting, but like we're not built man to man. We're not built to rush the passer. We're not built. But you know what? Hey,
you see what I'm saying? It's annoying.
You know what? One thing at a time.
But you know, the thing that does make it annoying is that when JC Horn finally does ask to do it, it works. And it looks good.
If we're so stupid, why is JC Horn stupid?
Well, I think that he is.
Why is Gilly stupid?
I think that he's not a fan of the way that he's being utilized. And to be honest, Tony, we've talked about this for a few years. I believe there have been a few players here in Carolina over the time that Rivera was here who were not fans of how they were being utilized. I would even put Jeremy Chin in that equation a couple of years ago.
Oh, totally.
Rivera seemingly just didn't know how to use them. But these were the exact words that JC Horn said.
Change something up there.
I spoke to the coaches about it on the sideline. Just saying that last drive, I'll go to him because he was getting a lot of the targets. But like I said earlier, Mike, the same guy who led the team in PBUs last year. We both played great together last year, playing the same field and boundary that everybody talk against. And like I said, we got all the confidence in the world in Mike, and he's a hell of a player. And it's just a National Football League. Like you can find the best of the best corners to get scarred up sometimes, and they got to bounce back the next week. So we both got to do a better job, denying explosive plays, and just keep working through it.
They interviewed Mike Jackson as well, and he was fine with it. He was like, whatever we had to do, like he was really humble about the fact that they decided to move JC over to the opposite side.
That is the most respectful way you could articulate it. And
yeah,
I will say this, just looking at his face, is that he's always looked tense to me. You know what I mean?
What do you mean? Like he's
JC Horn. No, like it's just like it's not pressure tense. It's like it was the injuries. It's always something to where like that face looked relaxed. You know what I mean? Like, and it was, I mean, he didn't dog up and say like he's like, look, he's like, I just want to do this. I mean, it wasn't the point that I'm talking about. If you just pull it back up and just look like Botox, relax. Maybe not Botox because that makes you look like you're on From or something. But there is like, this is who he is. Like these guys are dogs. They're dog like his. That's what I told you guys after the Arizona game where it was like Derek Brown, like seeing him and like just like reminding them to believe in themselves. Like it, like just the pressure, the seeping pressure of loss in, like Tommy Trimble said, it feels different. Is like it doesn't feel like the weight of the world is on the shoulders in this moment in here. Like he's talking about something that is important, that could be minced and twisted and whatever. And it really just feels like, even like I went to the coaches, I'm not upset, I'm not disgruntled, I'm happy, we're happy with what we're doing. I'm like, we believe in Mike. It just he looks good. Just looks good.
Well, he just got paid. He better.
Well, yeah, but I mean, but still, even that, the pressure of like, I need to live up to the contract. I need this, the social media.
But, he's also always been a very nonchalant type of guy. If you think about wide receivers and corners being the quote unquote divas of the team, he is very much not that. He's very much
that is very mild mannered, but like. We said, remember when we watched, what was it, where we saw him ride to the state and it was like they made him a part of it. It was like the boringest part of the show.
Yeah, he's really not
But it did, like, I felt like that was like, it was all of this was like all in his mind wanting to. I think they're starting to believe, like, we just need Bryce to be that next, to be like,
I'm saying we really don't have a lot of those vocal rah guys on the team, it feels like. So,
but he doesn't need to be saying a lot. It's like just the calmness of like he's believing in himself. Like, it's like you start to doubt when you're in a crazy situation.
Yeah.
Right. For a long time, which I have been in. I told you today was Emancipation Day. You start to, when you're just, it's just in the storm of crazy chaos, even when you know that the things you're doing are right or not, or not wrong and stuff like this, is that you start to question things, even that you should believe in. Yeah. And to me, like, it's like this is like, it looks like this is like, you know what? Just like, give me, like, I got this. I don't know. It just feels more relaxed. That's all.
So, by the way, this is Mike Jackson, who also had a really cool, humble answer, and how he responded to the swapping sides at the end. Also,
Mike, tell us what happened yesterday and how you saw that matchup against Pickens after looking at tape.
I feel like it was one of those matchups. Like he had some catches, he made some plays. I made some plays. It was one of them things where like we went back and forth. Yeah, like two long ones. So at the end of the day, like you got that.
JC said that during the last series, he asked to line up against him. When he takes that type of, I guess, initiative to do that, what does that mean to you?
For me, it was one of them like I'm giving up catches, so it's like you gotta put your pride to the side. Like the competitor in me want to go back, but like nah, like put your pride to the side and like let him take that mantle, because God forbid, but it might be the other way. And you feel me? So it's kind of like that's the beauty of playing with like a good corner, but also playing with somebody like you actually got a bond with. Because if it wasn't like that, if I ain't like him, they'd be like, nah, like. You see us on the sideline arguing about who.
There's definitely a mutual respect between Mike Jackson and JC Horn. And, look, a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about whether or not they were one of the best corner tandems playing in the NFC. Some people said that might have been too lofty, but they're definitely up there. I mean, we were praising Dan Morgan for the trade that brought Mike Jackson to this team.
He's been a good player.
Yeah, he definitely has. But
my question for the XO guys is that at the end they switched, right? They switched sides.
I don't know. I didn't go back and pay attention, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but they said it. I mean, I didn't even know like at the end. But did they still run zone? Because if they still ran zone and switched, that's my whole point. Let's keep going with the show, Cody.
Well, Tony, it is time to bring you a word from our sponsors.
Oh, excellent.
Underdog Fantasy, baby. They're back.
They are back, and it's the place that you can get back in the action and make some loot on some fantasy football. I was so close to pulling in $200 on 30. I just needed one running back for the New England Patriots to do just a little bit more. But special offer right now for you guys. Look, excitement time for the Carolina Panthers. Gosh, you got to get in this. Underdog is hitting you up with $100 in bonus funds if you put your first $5 using the promo code C3P. We're not $50 no more. We on the hundo. You get $100 if you use the promo code C3P. It's your place to go and play daily fantasy football sports, and football is in full effect, and the Carolina Panthers are full in effect. We're early on Tuesday nights. The more options come later in the week as the injury reports go and different things like that. But here's how it works. You put in $5 on Underdog Fantasy, underdogfantasy.com. You download the app. It's simple on the app. Just you pick players from different teams. You do more or less. You got to have more. The more players you pick, the more you use your football knowledge and get it right, the more money you can make. You can take $1 and turn it into as much as $1,000 on Underdog Fantasy. I had what was it? My plays this week. I had who's the big guy, big receiver from Pittsburgh that came from Seattle?
DK Metcalf.
DK touchdown, more or less half touchdown. These half touchdowns for certain people are really like that are rocking and rolling. It was like Aaron Rodgers half touch. Is he going to throw one passing touchdown? Do you know who I hit on big time?
Who that?
Tet was, and I just felt, I was like, just straight do. And he double dude in that. This week, you can go to Underdog Fantasy, use the promo code C3P, put down $5, get $100 bonus cash on your first time. You can go Rico Dowdle right now. Right now, it's all touchdowns. First touchdown scores more or less. You can pick. If you pick higher or lower, you get even better or odds if whatever they have prognosticated. You go and get Rico Dowdle a touchdown, one touchdown. You pair that with Bryce Young for one. I don't know if, look, Bryce Young going to receiving touchdown. I don't know if I'm ready on that one. I'm hitting this Rico Dowdle. I would hit higher on this. I would hit higher on Bryce Young passing touchdowns. I don't know if that's the safest one, but you could go. We're looking at wait till Thursday when they put out the rushing statistics. Rico is probably like 76 yards. You know they're going to tempt you with that. You're going to be higher. What else we got right here is we've got next up is you can get on the Jets action. Will Breece Hall have a touchdown? You go higher. You can make some loot. If he's the first touchdown scorer, you can make some big time loot. You go yes, or you go higher on one. The first quarter rushing touchdown can get you up to almost three times your money. Justin Fields, will he get a rushing touchdown? Ooh, will this be a big time score? You can make it a big time winner on underdogfantasy.com. Is Cody still around? Because if he's not, let me see if I got it. I got it right here. Underdog is the place to go, and you can make some loot. Don't forget to use the promo code C3P. Underdog makes picks win money. You must be 18 plus, 19 plus in Alabama and Nebraska, 19 plus in Colorado for some games, 21 plus in Arizona, Massachusetts, and Virginia, present in state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play games and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Offer not valid in Maryland, Michigan, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, Pennsylvania. Concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Visit www.ncpgambling.org. In New York, call the 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY, which is 467-369. Thank you, Underdog, for getting back in the action. C3 fans, get in on the action on Underdog. Your help can make you money. You can make some money and help this podcast. Bring back a sponsor every now and then. We did it right now because of you guys. Cody, like,
we had the little audio clip.
I know, but you put your camera away, and I just said, let's roll with it. And I tried to look for it, and then I was like, you know what? I'll just read it.
Gotcha, brother. How about this? Before we go on to the next part of our show, do you want to do some cat calls?
Yeah, please.
Let's
Amen.
Hey, man, this is the part of the show where we hear from you, the Panther fans. 252-228-5098. Leave a voicemail. Have your voice heard on the longest running Panthers podcast on the internet.
So what are your thoughts on catcalling?
Yeah, it's pretty. You shouldn't do that to somebody.
And how did that make you feel?
Very uncomfortable.
So how do you think catcalling makes the person feel?
It feels good, like.
Who's that cat sitting in the back corner with his face buried in the snow? Who's that kid that can use one?
Josh, why are you so quiet?
Well, man, I saw that early kickoff with T-Mac's hands, and I was like, oh, come on, here we go again.
Can you hear him?
Yeah, we can hear it.
The turnover, and despite the officials justing the Cowboys an entire drive, bogus roughing the passer and that really ticky-tack pass interference on J.C. Horn. I mean, the man's covering a tight end. There's certain stuff you got to let go. Other than that, they overcame. You know, this team showed fight, ran the ball well, and I'm about done with all this Bryce slander. He ain't looked perfect at times, but all this, well, he doesn't have the arm to make every throw on the field. Bullshit. Bullshit. Watch that game and then come argue with me about it. Now, don't even argue with me. Go argue with your mama. You know, full with the birds eat. Phrase I never understood anyway. Birds full of eat? I don't know. Defense, kind of more of the same. The secondary got its teething pains. They're having to grow in pain. We play this off zone against these teams, and we don't have J.C. Horn travel, but he traveled that last series. He did with Pickens that last series.
Yes, he did.
That last series. I get the idea. Want to have pass rush so it makes the job easier for the secondary, but you ain't got that, then you got a sign guy on guy situation. See Horn travel with the number one receiver going forward. And the fact that, he called that himself, said, I want that. The fact that we got guys on this team who are calling their shot. Last week, Bryce telling Derek Brown, give me the ball back and we'll win this. Those kind of things. We got guys calling their shot. Rico Dowdle, I want this run, and tears off a 50-yarder last week. Like, that says a lot about the guys in that road. And I know that's cliche, but it really does. It shows you that the players have belief. And it's funny. You let the kids start playing. You start letting these young players start playing, and results are starting to come around. Funny how that happens, right? We all clamored to see these guys, and now we're getting to see them, and now things are looking better. And next week, it looks like maybe we get J.T. Sanders back, maybe we get Jalen Coker back. Man, and all of a sudden, we're looking good, and it looks like I'm out of time. Peace out, Panthers.
Thanks, Josh from Mass. We appreciate it. Let's go to the next call.
Hey, guys. It was a good win against the Cowboys, but I feel like it should have not been that close if we had better play call on defense. I know we've talked about it in the past, not me personally, but you guys have talked about it. Jero Evero needs to readjust his coverage. There's two ways to go about it. Have JC, either man up or zone up to the best receiver. Or you have JC lock up the second best receiver, and they're not getting the ball, and then you double team the best receiver by having a underneath and over the top safety help. And that's the way you do it. It's very simple. I mean, you have a bunch of veterans. It's not a hard thing to ask. And then the second thing I want to say is kind of do some more blitzing packages to throw the quarterback off the spot. Dak Prescott had all day. He wasn't worried about any rush. You need to make him a little bit uncomfortable so he can throw picks and stuff. So those are very easy adjustments, and I just don't get it why he hasn't done it yet. All right, keep pounding.
I did want to, talk about that. We're talking about the front seven, but a lot of our, compliments are geared towards them stopping the run, which thank God we haven't been able to do it in such a long time, but we're still not really getting after the quarterback at a steady clip like we would like to. What do we need to do? Do we need to dial up more blitzes like CK alluded to? Or does that just mean, putting more pressure on your Yellen or Pat Jones? How do we affect the quarterback more than we currently are?
I don't know if blitzing is the answer. I think you have to mix it in. I think we're going to have to make people uncomfortable. I think that is you got to dial it up in the right moments, but it can really bite you. When we saw, was it Steve Wilkes' defenses remember he was so reliant, like they just couldn't get, and they were blitzing all the time. it can cause problems. It can cause problems, but you got to mix it up, and these players are going to have to get home some. And these the edges are going to have to kind of grow up a little bit.
Right. And that's where I think that I have the biggest issue right now is it feels like every quarterback we play, it can just get comfortable in the pocket.
Yeah.
Like there's going to be, if it's 3rd and 15, they're going to find somebody open in the middle of the field after him sitting in the pocket for 5 seconds. Now, the problem is that, I'll agree with the idea of blitzing is most of the quarterbacks we faced that have kind of picked us apart have had the ball out of their hands incredibly quickly, right? Like they don't hold onto the ball very long. But even when they do, it feels like they have all day holding on to it. And that's where I'm saying we've got to stop letting these guys be comfortable in obvious passing situations. And that's what worries me. Now, again, the rushing 4 will sometimes, come in handy, and maybe those that 3 and out we got at the end of the game where we got them in 2, screen plays where they were backed up, negative yards, major negative yards. Maybe they don't happen, and maybe they're not that negative at that point in time. But I think that's I just don't know. I feel like when I watch this defense, outside of them not being able to stop the run, being able to stop the run finally, it just feels so simple. It doesn't feel like it's disguising their coverages. It feels like they know exactly what we're doing.
You've had 2 wins, CK, that have been the most. Well, I said that the Miami win was my favorite win of the season. I think this Cowboys is just kind of a replicate of it against a better team where everybody contributed. I like both of those wins even more than I like the Atlanta shutout, and I hate Atlanta. So for me to say that shutting out the Falcons, that to me these are more important team building wins. But 2 of these wins, CK, we didn't have any sacks.
That's what I mean. Like, when's the last time that I remember us thinking about that in the Falcons game? I don't think we got a sack in that one either.
When have you ever heard of a shutout? I do like where our pressure is it might not have come in sacks just yet. I do love the pressure up the middle, and Cody has been on this for years at this point, is that the edge pressure is such a high, it's like optically impressive. Right. You have to be, you get to the quarterback quick that way. It can, just like a left tackle is so important. A great edge rusher can be such a game changer, but collapsing up the middle, not allowing quarterbacks to step up. I do like that where we are good at is up the middle. I just don't think blitzing, all of a sudden you need to blitz a ton.
No.
Blitzing is about calling it in the right moment.
Sure.
And
I agree.
It's changing the dynamic of the game. And so there's nothing wrong with saying we'd like to see that added, or to maybe manufacture a little bit more pass rush.
When is the trade deadline?
November 3rd or something like that. It's
early. Okay. Seeing as how we're talking about, we've won the last 2, didn't get a quarterback sack. Is there any chance that maybe we're a buyer before the trade deadline?
Dude, and somebody put out there.
Who could that be theoretically?
Somebody put out there that there are teams out there that are needy of wide receivers. And, one of those teams that they talked about was the Steelers.
Oh, my gosh. Imagine what they're saying, TJ Watt.
Nick Herbig.
Yeah. TJ Watt, and doing some sort of a trade with one of our wide receivers, and maybe draft capital.
I don't want us to get ahead of our skis.
I don't disagree.
I don't want us to just think because we're getting a little win and satisfaction right now that we sacrifice the future. I don't also want us to not do well because we don't have the depth of this. So I don't know if trade is the answer. We do know we want more pressure in the future. I don't know that this team is going to be a real contender. Now, could they battle for a division, a playoff spot? Certainly. I think that's a possibility. Look, is maybe though Tampa's going to be pulling away so much. You're talking wild card, which is going to be tough. Right. I want this team to get better and better each week. So I'd like for those players to develop. You had 2 early round or kind of high end picks at defensive end. It's like, let's get these guys involved, find some ways to dial up some blitz at the right time, not go too blitz heavy. Defense is playing really well, though. I'd like to see this is like, imagine if the offense starts becoming a little bit more balanced, as in you don't have to run 200 yards to make Bryce feel great. And I'm not saying like Bryce isn't feeling, like it's not shade. I'm just saying like, what if the offense could catch some of that momentum just holistically? Tech got his first 2 touchdowns, bring in some of these players, and it just becomes a little bit easier each play. Your 3rd and 7 is a little bit easier than it was last week. I'm not big on trading right now. I'm just not.
I don't disagree.
I
We have time before we make that choice, right? If we go into the Jets and we put up a stinker, it's like we might be sellers, right? Like,
and I don't want us to think that because we beat the Jets, all of a sudden that we're
but it depends on how we beat the Jets too, right? If we beat the Jets, we're getting home. We're making Justin Fields feel a bit uncomfortable. Bryce Young is throwing a really good game against a defense that is above average, and most people would probably say, given the pieces they have on that defense. They're similar to they're the opposite of what the Cowboys were, and that is their weakness is their offense, and their strength has been their defense this year. Not that the defense has been like significantly better than their offense. It's just it's been a better as a whole. So I think that the problem that I have is that they are 0-6. That makes them dangerous. And when they look at their schedule, we're the most winnable game in their mind.
So I know the player who I would want to trade for before the deadline.
Okay.
Alex Highsmith, outside linebacker for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He went to UNC Charlotte in 2022. He had 14 and a half sacks. He had 6. And he literally came out the gate firing. Last year he had 6. The year before he had 7. I think he would fit perfectly into this defense.
3-4 defense.
Yeah, 3-4. Perfect. And he's from Charlotte. Come on, man. To me, that would be perfect.
You got to be ready to sign him. That's the thing.
Yep.
You trade, you got to be ready to sign these guys. Back for a short second part, and let's keep rocking.
Calling back. I just want to add to what I said earlier about Ebra. It got so bad against the Cowboys that J.C. Horn went up to ask to cover Pickens. How does that even happen? What are we doing here? J.C. Horn went up and asked to cover Pickens in the last drive of the game.
All right, appreciate the call. Let's keep rocking.
Yo. What's going on?
What's up, man?
It's Anthony from Charlotte. Hope y'all boys are having a good Tuesday, man. Just sitting outside with my dog. Just wanted to call in. Listen, I feel really good about this team, man. I thought about it. And I've said for 2 weeks straight, after the Falcons game, after the Dolphins game, like, can you string together like back-to-back wins? Can you like show that you improved? And we are still a very young team, and I think I have to give credit where credit's due. This draft class has been awesome. One of the best draft class we've had in years. And we are finally taking that aspect seriously. I mean, day one, you get your wide receiver one that comes in, we ask him to step in an immediate impact, right? No Adam Thielen. Like, you're the dude from day one, just like Neighbors, just like all these other guys, that get drafted high. Last week comes out, freaking puts a safety on skates for his first tutty, and then gets open for the second. Like, just a beast. Trevor Etienne, the 2 edge rushers, Lathan Ransom, Mitchell Evans. Who else am I forgetting? There's much more. And it's just like, that's how you build a team. And we're finally seeing that part of the process pay off. And I do want to say this too, man. Even if I have my trepidations, my ups and downs with Dave Canales and Bryce Young. The way the season's going right now, these two, I pray there are tandem going forward because I don't want to do anything else. I don't want to draft a new quarterback, get a new head coach, whatever. I don't want to be negative like that. And I think you got to go in New York with no Garrett Wilson this week. And they better not embarrass me while I'm up there, which I don't think they will. But no Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, have fun at the game, dude.
Your first road win and feel a little bit comfortable about yourself going on the road later in the season.
Agreed.
It's a 4-3 with one more game in October to go against the Bills at home, who the Falcons just whooped. And the Falcons are not a great coach team from what I watched last night. Both teams, I mean, I knew the Bills were overrated, but anyways, like, get to 4-3. And the last thing I'll say, guys, I said it all summer, and I know Cody can vouch for me and CK and others. I've said have a decent or to good September to October, and this team will be way more improved. Anthony from Charlotte,
keep pounding, brother. Hope you have fun at that game. No, dude, listen, no Garrett Wilson. This is, like I said, that
they're not going to have Wilson?
Yeah, I don't believe so.
I'm missing multiple weeks.
Oh,
not hyperextended knee, not
so this
surgical.
It goes back to what I was saying earlier. This is a perfect opportunity for us to continue the streak that we're on against not only the worst statistic team in football, or at least from a win-loss perspective, but they're banged up right now. This is an opportunity for us to get a huge win on the road. Yeah. We need this.
Scariest opponent on Sunday is MetLife Stadium.
Yeah, fair point.
That's the scariest opponent to me.
Anthony has such a great point on this part too. Bryce Young has, for both his first and second season, has been a second half of the season quarterback. Like, I would be sincerely interested in going and looking at his stats from the back half of both his first and second season and seeing how well he averages his play for those last half of the year. So if we're getting Bryce Young turning it up, getting to be, a lot more confident in the pocket with his decision making at this point in the season, it lends to credit to what Anthony's saying, that maybe we do have a much different team come the halfway mark of this season. Because what we've done in this game and this month, in this first 6 games of the season, is we won the games we wouldn't have won last year. We won the games when we're talking about people dropping balls like Xavier Legette against the Philadelphia Eagles. We're talking about, some of these like the Tampa Bay Bucks when Chuba Hubbard fumbled when we should have won that game in overtime. We're talking about like all of these different, self-inflicted wounds. We're not doing that at least the last 2 weeks.
Well,
and if we can continue that, if we can learn to win
7 quarters,
if we're learning to win, brother, I'm ecstatic for the trajectory of this team. Here's
first
what I'm
quarter
not going
against
to do.
the Dolphins, we can't forget. And I'm not trying. I agree. I think this team, we want this. We don't want the team to all of a sudden. I don't need the team to all of a sudden just be like, oh, they're the greatest thing, and that's the only thing that's going to make me happy. I've been talking about incremental gains, more belief in players, more belief in the coaching each week, from last year to this year, from week to week to week. And right when these last 2 weeks, CK, I don't want it to mask that just 3 weeks ago, we didn't feel that way. It's not that feeling that way. It's like, y'all, we're giving you the grace. We're giving you, we say, look, it's like we were in it against Arizona. We weren't that bad. We've given, it's not us just shitting on these the team. The first through New England, it was a roller coaster of, can the Atlanta game, can we believe in it? And the Arizona, is the Arizona game, you spot them so many points right out the gate.
And we may do this massive comeback.
And I don't have to, it's not me saying that Bryce sucks. I don't have to say that, but it was 2 early turnovers that led to points, and they're on Bryce. Against the Dolphins, same thing. Now we were able to come out of it against it. Like, so I don't want to just like completely wash that away and be like,
No.
oh, well, it's like, it's different. It's different. It's like, I said this going into the season. I said it last season too. And that is like, we need to scrap and claw and win. Scrap and claw and fight. It doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't have to be anything. You just got to fight and scrap and find a way. And to me, that's why this game and the last game were even cooler to me than the Atlanta game.
Yeah.
I'm with you, CK. It's like, look, it's like this is what we need. That claw until you kind of are starting to get towards the top of the mountain. Maybe you could crest over it a little. That Arizona game, it's like it was winnable at the end, despite all of those mistakes.
Yeah.
We were beating ourselves.
We could be.
We got to stop
4-3
beating
right
ourselves. We're not good enough to beat two teams.
4-2. Yeah.
We're not good enough to beat two teams.
But Tony, you know how you were saying earlier, even watching Canales celebrate and get all excited and stuff. It's almost like, and then hearing me on the post-game show, it's like, oh, pump the brakes, man. It doesn't feel right. So when you talk about Bryce Young and now, this past Sunday, he took care of the ball. I'm almost hesitant to heap a bunch of praise on him because I'm afraid that we're just going to have another turnover game following up.
Yeah,
going
PTSD.
into. That's what I'm saying. We're all suffering.
We just don't need him to do that. We don't need.
Yeah.
We don't need. And we were talking about this 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago when we were when we said we know about Bryce is like he can make good throws, then he doesn't make good throws. Like it's like this is what it is. Is like if we could just get. Think about this: a perfect passer rating, 158, 3 touchdowns, but it was still like 120 yards. I mean, it's not like I don't need for me to be happy with Bryce. For him to earn that in my mind to want to give him the 5th-year contract. I don't need him to be throwing 300 yards a game. I don't. I mean, if this guy can rock out there and throw 225, make some play, make those 4th down, those 3rd down like he did in this game. Not turn the ball over, and even though there was an interception in this game, it's like I don't want to excuse stuff. I'm sick of like this happened. He don't have talent. He don't like. I just want us to go out there and play as clean as we can. Yes, players will make mistakes, like Dave Canales talked about when it came to the defense. Is like you're gonna get some burns every now and then. It happens. Like, but you got to come out there and you got to win. The Panthers did that. Bryce, to me. The mental fortitude this season's been important. I thought the Arizona game was really important for that is because it was so disastrous to start. Calm down. Even though he's smashing the helmet and stuff, like still kind of had a better game. This team, I don't need Bryce to be a burner. I would love for him to be a burner. Like you said, you want a 300, like this is the dog, like this. I don't even need that, man. If we go out and we rush 120 yards on the ground, against the Jets, he throws 200 yards. He puts up I don't even care a touchdown, but like say he threw 2 touchdowns. We had a rushing touchdown. We get out of there with a 24-13 win. Boom, rock that. Let's go. Clock it. Next one.
You see, that's what heartens me.
Next one
is that because we have had so many games where he did fumble early. Now he knows there's no reason to panic, and now we have this dominant run game to be able to fall back on, and we know that you just have to keep pounding the rock.
It's not on him.
Yes, it doesn't have to be on him, and it lets him to heat up over the course of the game, which I do love. Right now, how about this? In just 2 games, Rico Dowdle is top 5 in rushing yards in the NFL. Dude, his run chart.
He's not getting all the carries. Go back to that stat go back one. Just look at does it say carries up here?
He's got 81 attempts.
The top 115. I mean, but look, is Jonathan Taylor just be smoking most? Like I ain't even trying to mess with that. Like me.
But here's what's more important to me. I'm looking at this. Rico Dowdle, his average per rush attempt is 5.8. The only person that's tied with him is Bijan Robinson.
And that was because of last night.
And that was because of an 81-yard rush that he had for a touchdown. If you look at that, he's had a 96. He's had his longest is at 81. Rico Dowdle's longest is 53. Everybody above him outside of James Cook has a long of 68, 81, 66. Rico Dowdle has not had the home run shot that all these others have had.
Close. He's had a couple of long
40, 50 yards. That 53 was his longest.
He's got a 50 and a 53 in the same game. But
keep
you're
in
right,
mind,
not just a 70-yard that skews the statistics.
Right. Keep in mind, he is at 81 attempts and 472 yards. And of those 472 yards, 320 of them or something along those lines are 350 of those are from 2 games. We're 6 games into the season. Imagine if he had been the bell cow from week 1.
Yeah,
now,
and look at the players that are
but
behind him. Go right back real quick. Just let's not move too quick. It's maybe not looking to the players ahead of him is the answer, but looking at the players that are kind of right trailing behind him in yards is that if you look at Derrick Henry, 88, look, more carries, less yards, Derrick Henry. Genty getting action at 105 carries. Again, bad team, but this is he has been putting it up. And to me, this last game, I looked at his longs, it was I saw a clip and I put part of it up on YouTube Shorts is his long runs. And there were just a bunch of 7-yarders. And I'm not trying to diminish a 7-yard. This could have been a home run, but you're right. It's not being skewed with he had a 70-yard run and then he did 4. His bottom average has been he's been rushing for 6-7 yards on the ones that you're that aren't even highlight reels.
And when they know that he's running
Williams, come on, we watched the better back here today. Last week, we saw it. Rico was running with his eyes up. That's the thing.
He's 4 yards behind this guy on 11 less attempts, and Rico Dowdle has been sharing snaps for the first 4 games of the season.
And wasn't getting the rhythm that you talked about, CK. He was not just only sharing. It was hey, go out there and you get one.
He's got 81 rushes. 30 of those were from this week alone.
And as we go to the next slide, Cody, I'll let you set it up or talk about it, but I don't think that we should diminish the fact that Cade Mays and Christian Brady.
We're getting there.
Man. I think that the line has not only played well, but I think that there has been a change in the run defense since Cade Mays took over.
Dude, how about this? We found a franchise center.
Well, I'm not going that far, but
why not? Why not go that far?
2 years we have now.
Well, let me make that claim at the end of the year. I'm just saying
but don't we say this, he does have a better relationship with the quarterback. I feel like he's definitely better for Bryce Young than Austin Corbett was, and he's someone who's set to return. But by the way, if we're just talking about 5+ yard runs, that's what all those green lines on the screen are. Those are runs of 5+ yards.
If we could pull up, I know we're not going to be able to just on the fly pull up last week's chart, but do you remember how last week was such right heavy, where the success was? I love this. And to me, this is it speaks volumes to Rico as an all-purpose, an every down back. I don't look at Rico as just a a third down back, scat. The guy could, and it has been a bell cow. But last week, when we looked at the chart against the Dolphins, they were just beating their tail to the right. This week, we just gutted them. That chart, look, I'm going to pull it back up as if you look at, but this is a thing of beauty right here. You are just stuffing them. You're running. It's really demoralizing. It's tough on them. And if we do, somebody find us a real defensive coordinator that knows everything, how this changes what you have to do as a defensive coordinator in the passing game when you have to creep your linebackers up more. Dallas is doing what the Panthers had to do last year and the year before.
Yeah, I agree. Here's what I find interesting about. So I've gone down this rabbit hole of watching people react to the highlights of this game. And a lot of times it's Cowboys fans, it might be Chiefs fans, Falcons fans, whatever it may be, just if I'm, not doing anything. And I found it interesting when I'm watching the game, the amount of times that the Cowboys actually played a run play well. Dowdle just had this crazy patience that he would cut it back the opposite direction of his blocking scheme and just get 10 yards.
He never goes down on the first tackle. It's like it's kind of amazing. I saw one guy pull him down, and it was still like a 7-yard run, and he grabbed him by the leg and held on to him. And like Rico could have, like if he could have somehow pulled his leg out, he would slap the field. Did you see there was like 5 times in this game he got up and he was like, it was a great run. Like we're celebrating 13-yard run, 7-yard run. And he would be like, he was mad. It's like, I was about to take that mug.
Yeah, damn it. He knew he was about to take that mug.
He is one of the best runners in my recent lifetime. I mean, I guess we could go back or something, but just in recent memory where he gets hit and they might not just be like full wrap-ups. He just isn't folding. He gets 3-4, and I think Chuba's really good at this too.
Yeah.
Where it's like it's kind of like, oh, that's a 2-yard gain, and somehow he gets 5 out of it. But Rico is not just untouched. This game, though, there were some gaping Red Sea holes in it, but he still, I showed a stat from 2023. Remember, Cody, you thought it was about like, you were like, why is this guy? Why are we talking about this guy or whatever? Because I put Keaton Mitchell because I was talking about the ECU player. But it was like 2 or 3 years ago, and he was one of the best in the league after first contact. But look at this last week. These are home run hitters.
Yeah.
Which chart actually is more erotic?
I think the one from this week.
I agree.
And this was this week.
I think this one is more.
This one feels better to me because this is how you destroy time of possession and blow open this defensive like scheme that they have. Like you hit those 40-yarders. It's like, all right, that was, one hit, no big deal. That 80-yarder Bijan, had. What's going to demoralize a defense is running 8 yards at a time at will, no matter what. That is going to cause them, because it means they're going to have, let's say they did this every single drive, right? You're starting on the 20, you have to go 80 yards. That means if you're getting 8 yards per carry, you're getting 10 plays in that. If you're getting 40 yards, you've just cut 5 plays off of that drive, and that defense isn't going to be nearly as gassed, right? Now, neither is Rico Dowdle, to be fair, because he's going to have, not all of this contact and stuff. But this is far more, impressive in my mind from the game plan that we have as a team, which is keep our offense on the field and keep our defense off of it.
And it's like a median versus it's less of a statistical anomaly.
Yeah.
Cody, do you have the passing chart?
For Bryce?
Yeah, because if we could look at, oh man, we don't have like where he threw it, because I'm kind of wondering like what that does when you attack that center so much and you're having so much success. Does Bryce, was he able to open the sidelines more? That would be, I'm curious about.
I mean,
that.
I can check for you. Just have to give me a second.
Yeah, no. How about this? Is we're gonna go to another call right here. And maybe we can see, because that's what one of the things that we always, first, we're just fans. You're just fans. And thank you for being with us. The number is 252-228-5098. Smash the thumbs up button, be a part of the show. Subscribe. Consider being a C3 super fan for $1.99 a month. Many hands make for light work. Thank you for all the super chats that people have given throughout the night. And thank you for your call, your time, and your energy. But like, when we talk about blitzing, CK, or trading or whatever, it's like the easy part about fandom is like armchair quarterbacking is we look at it from a single view, single side, right? And so like, where does the passing, is this it right here, Cody?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, this is it right here.
Okay, well, actually, a lot of the greens are completions.
Yeah.
So
Big passer, big
the touchdown to Rico is on the far left. The touchdown to T-Mac is the ones in the middle and the one on the right.
The blue are the 20 are the air yards. That's where the green are where the ball. No, wait. Am I thinking about that right?
Yeah, the green
have to be completions.
No. The green are completions.
Red is a turnover.
Yeah, red is a turnover. That's where it hit T-Mac in the hands. White is incompletion. Blue is touchdowns.
I like this, and I don't know if I'm right on this, but do you see how there's a little sideline action here? We don't know what play, when it was at, but by attacking the middle in the run game, does that?
You're saying that this ends up equaling this.
More of that.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. And that's why we were saying earlier, this helps out Bryce tremendously because it takes all the pressure off of him.
Yeah.
Or allows him to thrive on the sidelines.
Right.
It had to force the sidelines.
But that's what I'm saying. It's giving him these easy plays that he can reliably depend on. Whereas the first 2 years,
easy plays, but like makeable.
I don't know, dude. T-Mac was wide open on that first touchdown, and then and Rico was wide open too because they were selling out.
Chart, or is it?
Those are the blue
is it
ones.
The green. I wonder. I know you can't see my cursor, but one of those T-Macs was on the right. That touchdown was on the right.
Yeah, the right one. This
was that green dot that is right below.
No. All the blue ones are the touchdowns. So the blue one on the right, that one was the one to T-Mac.
Okay, and then that. I didn't feel like that one T-Mac one. I guess it was deeper. That one that he was wide open on the left side. I didn't realize it was.
Yeah. It was. He was on the 19. It was okay. Yeah. We were on the 19-yard line. That was caught about 5 yards into the end zone. So, yeah, that was a slight. Yeah.
Yeah, I like this because you're going to force your linebackers to come inside. You're going to force your slot or your what's the cornerback? That's the little guy, the slot corner.
Nickel.
Thank you. Nickel corner. They're going to have to tighten up more when you do this. All right. So, I mean, a lot of arousal in this one.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, C3 Panther Nation. What's up, boys? It's Preston from Hickory.
What's up, Preston?
Hey, man. All right. Again, everybody enjoy that 24 hours. Did we enjoy that win?
On to the next one.
All right. That's it. On to the next.
Amen.
Now we got the Jets. I mean, I feel really, really good about this one, boys. I mean, call it a hunch. I don't know what it is, but call it a hunch. I'm feeling really good about this. Yeah, man, the 0-6 Jets, again, they're desperate. So I almost wish they weren't, 0-6 in a way. But I really feel like our defense should eat in this game, especially. I don't see Rico doing as much on the ground in this game because they have a better run defense. But as far as the pass game, I feel like this is a game right now, a game that we should win on the road. This is where we should see the evolution of Bryce Young. This game right here is where we need to see that switch completely flip to now you're a game manager. Yeah, we'll take that. But when you need to flip that switch and become great in the pocket, you need to flip that switch and become a game changer from I mean, from your mind as well as your legs and your arm. I really feel like this is the game right here where we need to see the evolution of Bryce Young. But Rico's not going to go crazy. I see him going for over 100, but not like close to 200 rushing. The scrimmage yards, probably should be close because I see him being in the pass game as well too. I see Bryce having a big game in this game. Look for another T-Mac touchdown. These are just my predictions as far as this game. But I got us. Hey, Tony, we said we weren't going to pick them to win a game until they can show us they can win a game. Well, they stacked 2 games in a row.
Now we're on it.
So
now we're there.
I got to give them that. Hey, Panthers with the dub this week. Key
Pounding. Let's go, Preston.
Thank you. Let's take one more call, and then we'll get back into this.
What is going on, gentlemen? Happy Tuesday night. Hope you guys had a wonderful rest of your weekend. Greetings from beautiful Idaho. C3 Tater out here checking in.
Hey, what's up, Tater?
Excited for the show tonight. We're about to start out here shortly. So good to see the Panthers play football and be in games where the game's not freaking over by halftime, where you just don't even want to watch anymore. So happy to see that. I did want to revisit Tony. You kind of laughed me off last week, but I was kind of doing some number digging, and Rico keeps this kind of momentum going. If we were to sign him to a 4-year deal, the exact same 4-year deal as Chuba Hubbard, we would be paying Chuba and Rico the same amount as the Ravens are paying Derrick Henry. And man, I'm just looking at it thinking, that seems like a much better price tag, a 2-for-1. I don't know, man. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility. I just don't trust a guy with 2 ACL tears coming back to run the ball.
Sure.
I know you've got 5 examples of people that have, but that's a small sample size to say that kid from Texas is going to be just fine. Keep pounding, guys. Love C3.
Keep pounding, brother.
Great call right there. That's a great way of thinking about it too, is like, what is the top money back versus paying players money they deserve. Now, Chuba's deal is a year out. You know what I'm saying? The money's going to be a little bit different.
Right.
I think that's I'm fair with it. I'm fine with it. I like this, CK. We kind of went to this with make us want to do it.
Yeah.
Is Dowdle keeps this up. Or not even, even if it's just I don't even say keep this up, but if this guy just a stud.
Yeah. Well, look what I have on screen.
In the position of where we're sitting here going, I think we should sign Rico.
Dude, look on screen. Last 2 weeks, 473 scrimmage yards. Saquon all season has been 462. So it's like, if he does continue this clip, we have to have this conversation. Is he running back 1 for the Panthers going forward? And it's funny because we're kind of already having that conversation. This is from Zach Roberts of Sports Illustrated, how the Panthers need to assemble Chuba Hubbard and Rico Dowdle backfield. The Panthers have a good problems on their hands, but they need to solve it. Rico Dowdle can't go back to being a change of pace back in Carolina. He's obviously way too good not to be getting plenty of touches. While he has been significantly better than Chuba Hubbard in 2025, we can't ignore how good Hubbard has been in the past. And it's worth noting that Hubbard was far from awful before getting hurt. The solution should be a split, but not a 50-50 one. Dowdle should probably be getting 60% of the playing time at this point. If he continues to outplay Hubbard, then that number should go up. The Panthers invested in Hubbard, but they need to win and put their best foot forward. So are we in agreement with this right now? I've been a long-time Chuba Hubbard defender, But let me see if I have this right here. I have to show you all this. I know it's a little bit ahead. Look what someone did. Someone photoshopped a Mack truck in between our offensive line just to show you how much space they had to work with. I know that Rico Dowdle is the benefactor of this right now, but you are not going to tell me that Chuba Hubbard, if he doesn't come back healthy, that he can't also be beast mode through this hole as well, man.
I'm telling you, that's what I'm saying is like I think that we could see a double trouble situation again. Am I prepared to say that we go ahead and forego our the idea of letting Rico play on this team in favor of
Chuba
Hubbard?
Just
No,
put Chuba
absolutely
in,
not.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think that's I don't think that we should be removing that opportunity from a guy like Rico or Chuba Hubbard. But I do think that it needs to be less of a, like they said, change of pace. You can't be putting that into that situation whatsoever.
Don't forget 2 worst running defenses in the league. And I'm not taking away from what the team did. I'm not taking away from Rico's performance, and I'm not saying it's going to be work. You're not going to throw a Mack truck against a better. That was the Dolphins, by the way, that was out there in that. I think maybe I don't know. Is they both wore white? I'm not sure. I can't. It looked like
we played the Dolphins and then we played the Cowboys.
But that image with the truck is like there was that I liked in this game that we attacked the middle because that's where they were weak. The Cowboys, and the week before it was to the right. I think this is that they both an offensive line will not get enough credit for when a running back does great. But also Rico has done incredible, as in doing more, getting a little bit more. Like he's been incredible. I'm just happy that we got 2 wins in a row. And I think that this type of play could, going back to Anthony's call with the second half of the season, because what happens when we don't have 200 yards rushing? If we can get that momentum, that confidence for Bryce in the back end, and he can lead the team in those moments, like in that, so you have 60 yards rushing, but that week Bryce was able to thrive because he got the juju going. So just whatever it takes. Whatever.
Well, let me ask you this though: have we run our way to being an elite offense in the NFL? Also, Zach Roberts from Sports Illustrated, shout out to him. He says the Buffalo Bills, the Washington Commanders, the Indianapolis Colts, somehow these 3 teams have very good offenses. They're the top 3 teams in terms of success rate. But you want to know who's number 4 behind them? Look no further than Charlotte, North Carolina. The Panthers offense today produced the 2nd highest success rate of any team in a single game this season. The Panthers are now 4th in offensive success rate on the season. The only teams that have been better are the Colts, Bills, and Commanders. The Panthers have the 4th best offense in the NFL in terms of success rate. Yeah, basically what they just said. The other teams to consider: Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Seattle Seahawks, Dallas Cowboys, and the Rams, amongst others, are not as good as the Panthers in this metric. Boys, do the Panthers have an elite offense? Because I'm of the mindset it's just a testament to what this offensive line has been able to do. And it's incredible, and they deserve all the credit, in my opinion, for it, because everything else flows around them. It gives Bryce enough time to survey the field, pass the ball, but also Rico. I mean, how much more do we have to say? The dude is playing like the best running back in the NFL right now, and they are doing, they're putting up elite numbers right now. So is this an elite NFL offense?
I'm not going to comment on this, CK. You can talk.
Come on, dude.
No, I refuse to even.
Why? Come on. You know it's elite, brother.
No. Go ahead, CK. I will not talk.
Dude, I think you got to say it's elite.
I'm putting up a poll. I'm putting up a poll.
You found a single metric that no. 2 weeks ago, we were ready to jump off a cliff. No, just be happy. We did a thing. Man. No,
I think that we're elite in a lot of ways. Now, do I think our pass game is elite? No. But I think that what most people would want out of their offense, I think you would say we're elite. When you look at our offensive line, I say our offensive line is playing elite. I think our running back room is playing elite. I think when you look at the success that Teteroa McMillan has had, I think he's playing at an elite level. Now, he's got to capitalize on a lot of opportunities, but when you look at him getting wide open, that dude is out there doing it. And Xavier Legette is starting to show up and getting people shaken out of their shoes. Just Bryce has got to hit those throws, right? I'm just saying.
Had 4 catches in 2 weeks.
Hold on.
Joe Person said in his article, CK, that we played 2 CFL defenses.
Hold on.
That's what he said in his article, and that's rude to an NFL team to say.
But you know what wasn't a CFL defense, and we saw it on Monday Night Football when we faced the Atlanta Falcons, and we put up 30 points on them. Like they're not a run. Like they're not going to be a defense that is just rolling over. We were able to win well. We did well against the Arizona Cardinals, regardless if you want to argue that they were in prevent defense. There towards the end of that game, they were not in prevent defense, and we were still doing that. Yes, do we have some growing pains? Absolutely. I think the weakest link on this team is passing. But I think that if Bryce Young can get it together, I think that you have all the makings for this team to be an elite offense. Do I think that I would say it's like a top 3? No. But I do think that when you look at what we do on offensive line and the running game right now, I think we're top 10.
Thanks for both of y'all just ensuring a loss to the Jets, you assholes.
Yeah, so by the way, I put up a poll right now with 14 votes. 86% says the Panthers offense is not yet elite.
And you know what? If 99% don't say that because of these 2 idiots on this podcast that just said yes, it should be 100 votes, and the 2 people on this podcast are not.
I want to clarify. I'm not saying that the entirety of our offense is elite. I'm saying that right now our rushing attack is undeniably elite. So maybe we're not the most. Maybe we're not the most well-rounded team.
Y'all,
but I think we are damn good running the football.
God, you know what? It's a fan podcast. I ain't gonna tell y'all how to fan, but look, you give somebody a little taste of something. You were walking through it. You got a little nookie, and all of a sudden you think you a dang.
But also, does that mean? But hold on, Tony. Does that mean if we do this against the Jets, it also doesn't count because it's the Jets?
No, I did not say it doesn't count, but I still will not. I'll be talking.
Let's say Rico puts another.
Talking honestly, I'll just be talking honestly.
Let's say Rico has another 200 scrimmage yard type of performance. Is it an elite run game?
Oh, now you're qualifying.
You're talking
about
elite
offense. You started with elite offense. You also used one metric too.
No, but even I will say that the passing attack is not elite, in my opinion.
Not even close.
No, not at all.
We haven't even had a quarterback throw for over 200 yards. No,
I'm not disagreeing.
Not elite. We've played this. You know what is elite? Is that the idea that we haven't lost every fucking game? That's elite.
Yeah.
I mean, are we getting better?
Tony, sure. I think the argument would go about it this way, right? I think that we're elite as far as an offense is concerned because we're doing what we want our offense to do. And what I mean by that is we don't have to have an elite passing game because we are a run-first football team. So if 80% of our entire offense is going through the run game in some capacity, and our run game is elite, then I would say that qualifies our offense to be elite.
Let me see it. I just want to see it against the team that is. We literally did it against the teams, and I'm not. And this
I don't disagree.
Not me taking away. See, this is where somebody said, hey, Tony a hater, and I know they're just jesting. I'm not taking away. I'm happy about what the team has done. I am happy about it. And I'm not trying to say, oh, it's against the worst team. But, like, let's not get ahead of our skis on this.
Sure.
Is
I agree with that.
You put up big running numbers against teams that give up big rushing numbers to everybody. And thankfully, look, imagine, you know what, the worst thing you could do is go out there and not put up those numbers against those teams. So, look, I want to clap about it. I am clapping about it. But I'm not walking away from this being like, no, the Panthers, I'm sitting here saying this. Somebody said the Jets could be a trap game. I agree. Like, look, is that
Same.
we need to get we need to have self-belief and confidence. We need to be happy about our successes. We need to be thankful that the offensive line is doing this. We need to be, I'm thankful. I'm excited that Rico and that we're putting these numbers up.
Yeah.
But I'm not sitting here going, oh, let's put us in the playoffs against a great Russian defense. And we're going to run down there. Like, no, look, take every win as we can get it. That's all I'm saying. So this word elite, it's like the GOAT, the 5, like, it's just like, it's internet jibber jabber to me. And so, no, we're not elite at shit, bro.
So
we need to win. And we need to, like, you're talking about this. You want to call me, I'll say elite when we make the playoffs 2 years in a row.
Sure. But listen, the reason that I think that our qualifier is valid here is the people that have really good stats at the end of the year, but one of their games is they faced the Carolina Panthers. They're not removing the stats from the Carolina Panthers last year because we were the worst defense in the league and saying we're going to disqualify those yards because we were the worst team in the NFL, in the history of the NFL. Right. Okay. Nobody's going to do that. So I don't think that right now you can qualify that because we still don't know the final result of who Dallas or Miami are going to be. Because let's not pretend like we didn't face two talented teams. They have some name recognition on that defense. They just don't have it put together for whatever reason. And I think that goes back to Eberflus. Right. We faced a Miami Dolphins team that had some high powered weapons in the passing game and the running game, and Tua, who has been known to sling the rock in an effective way. And we battled back from, a 17-point deficit. Right. Yeah. The idea that just because you're facing teams and they're downwards in the down, pits
a quarterback has not thrown for over 200 yards in.
Yes, he has. He threw for over 300 against Arizona.
In a lot. Okay. All right.
So
the best games of the year have been.
That's why I said that the offense isn't elite.
The
rushing
offense
attack
did better
the rushing
this
attack
week than it did last
way.
week. It did better than it did last week. Miss me with all this stupid hyperbole.
But
hit me up in week 14. And
I agree with that.
If we're at 9 wins, trying to scratch at a 10th win, let me then pull my what out and throw it on the table. Right now, I'm saying this. Get in the lab, buckle up, do whatever you got to do, muscle up. Nah, miss me with this talk.
So here's my question to you, Tony. Do you think the Buffalo Bills are an elite team? They just lost to the Falcons they were a nasty loss. They lost to the New England Patriots, and they did not look like they were very elite. Do you believe they're elite? Or do you need to wait to see them?
I think that we use these terms like revolutionary, elite, like too casually. So no, I think that the Buffalo Bills are one of the better teams in the league. I think that they got not like surprised at home by the Patriots. I think it was at home wearing those fly-ass jerseys. I think even at the end, which I did not watch last night's game because there were 2 games on. I flipped. I was like, why is Monday Night Football over at 10?
Yeah, I don't like the double headers.
I looked at Monday Night Football. I was like, how is Monday Night Football?
Yeah, I want to
over
watch
at 10:30
football game on a Monday
and then I was like, oh wait, there's another one. The Josh Allen interception. Right, like it's just
at the end of the half.
If
both
you
halves.
just looked, the one at the very end of the game. If you just,
it was deflected too.
Yeah, it was deflected. Right, it was like bad plays. You could the same thing with the Bryce. You could just throw it. It would not have changed the outcome of that game. No, I think that the Bills, because they have the quarterback, they have a core of like, I think they're a good team. No, do I think they're the best team right now? I don't know if there is a truly elite team in the league.
I was about to say that too.
That's
right
what
now,
so many people are saying.
I don't know if there is
Tampa Bay.
the definition. Yeah, maybe Tampa. I don't know if you.
No,
Really
but they're hard up. You know, they're kind of on a wave of Baker
or in a truly elite defense either. Right now, Buffalo cannot stop the run, and that's what really hurt
the
them
Colts
last
are like
night,
arguably the best team on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, they're
we
doing
thought
good.
that it could have been the Lions, but the Lions are so banged up in the
And
secondary,
they're up and down too.
and
like,
then they're
even on
fighting at
offense.
the end.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like there isn't a team that is.
But that's
who,
why I
who
think
would they be? We thought it at first in the first couple of weeks, like Cody always says, is wait till week 6. I thought after week 3 it was the Chargers, but you know what? No,
and they just fell off hard.
their offensive line, they've got problems. I thought it was going into the season. I thought it was the Ravens, but nope, they're terrible because I mean they have a laundry list
Lamar
of injuries.
Jackson, yeah.
I think Detroit's at the top. I would put Detroit at the top. I mean, obviously Tampa's at the top.
Indeed.
But even the good teams, like there are some real threats out there. Seattle is a threat.
For sure.
Like
I still think
Jacksonville is
Buffalo
not
is
a
a
threat.
threat.
Yeah, I would put Buffalo at the top end. Like, don't
But I
get
think-
twisted that they lost 2 in a row. Maybe that will help them down the stretch. Actually, maybe that will give them some.
The thing that
But
I think
don't think there is a team that like in this league that is like name somebody other than the Colts. I mean, not the Colts. I mean, even them, they can't be that.
I mean, I don't even feel that way about Philadelphia. Their passing attack
they've
is
been god-awful
haphazard.
lately. Their
Yeah,
defense
They're
has not been
good.
very good.
They're going to be better than they are right now.
I don't know.
Okay.
But you want to know what else you have to do as a team as you get into the middle of October, early November. You have
Survive.
you have to be getting healthy
Okay.
at the right time. And that is what the Panthers are doing. So some news today. The Panthers waived Trevin Thomas, who was signed to the active
Who nobody ever
roster.
heard
Yeah,
of.
no one ever knew. But this gives the Panthers some options because they're getting closer to the return of wide receiver Jalen Coker from injured reserve. Coker practiced last week and has 2 weeks left in his 21-day window to practice, though he could be activated at any time. We also need to have a discussion about Austin Corbett, who is also coming back. And he's someone who theoretically could be activated, but why would you want to?
If
when-
somebody gets hurt at guard,
right,
why.
but it better just be for backup.
He can go into guard. Like Corbett has played guard before.
Right, but not starting right away.
like rotation.
No,
But
no,
wouldn't
no.
you want
I'm
him to
putting
be a
in.
backup? Right. But right now we're in agreement, right? Even Brady Christensen, we would want to start
No.
over Austin Corbett.
No, you don't mesh. You don't run. You don't have the type of game we've had these past 2 weeks, and then start playing with the formula.
Right. Okay.
And it's just eligible to keep him off of IR.
Yeah.
Just put that guy on the sidelines.
But what do you think about the potential of Jalen Coker coming back? Could that
I hate that.
also open up our offense a little further?
Absolutely.
I think so.
Absolutely. I think, and I hate to say it because Cody, I think you agree with me. This is not going to be good news for Hunter Renfrow. Not saying Hunter's off the team, but it's going to be Jalen Coker is going to take that role before anything else.
I will
I think-
probably say, CK, I'm going to go ahead and say it is Hunter Renfrow going to either practice squad or he is. And I know, like, look, I know he's made touchdown. No, but look, is
Big
that
time
you
fourth
just
down
said on the
last
post
Sunday.
game, Jimmy Horn Jr. starting to carve a rollout. And he can continue to be a carve a rollout guy with Coker being a more experienced, reliable, diverse player.
This brings, I think, a valuable question that we have to ask Cody specifically in this situation. We have 4 young wide receivers. We have Tet, XL, Coker, and Horn. Are you sitting any of those guys for a substantial portion of the game in favor of Hunter Renfrow?
Oh, and don't forget
I
Bryce
don't know.
Tremaine, who they like.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. When you have
Hunter
that big
Renfrow
time,
gone, bro.
you have
Sorry.
that big time fourth down conversion on a big time fourth down where you had to have it. That was Hunter Renfrow. Shout out to Thomas DeVries. Hunter saved that game. Also, you have to be sure that Jalen Coker is actually fully healthy
That's
and
another
ready
question,
to
yeah.
go. And listen, I know everyone's excited about Jimmy Horn Jr., but I think the veteran leadership and just the amount of years played, I think our coaching staff might favor Hunter over Jimmy Horn Jr. right now. So even though these guys might be coming back, I don't think it's bumping Hunter Renfrow off the practice. Onto the practice squad by any means necessary. I don't think the coaching staff is willing to do that.
I would argue Jimmy Horn Jr. has had a bigger impact on this team in the 2 weeks that he's played than Hunter Renfrow has.
Maybe against the Dolphins. What was his biggest impact against
He
the
had
Cowboys?
that big wheel route, and he had
He
another.
had a fourth down. I mean, it's like he's had some important plays just as much as. I mean, look, it's who we don't need to take one. Here's how we follow the trends a little. Is snap count.
Oh gosh, he only played 27% of the snaps already. Renfrow did,
which is more than I expected. But really, we need to be looking for.
Saying the coaches aren't just going to be like, yeah,
more
bench him.
on this list.
Well, but I want to see what last week he was
Tremaine,
at
34.
and how that's
Look, here it
increased.
goes. Tet, Leggett, Tremaine, Renfrow, Horn, David Moore.
David Moore is injured, isn't he?
Is he? I mean, I don't know if he is or isn't, but like, remember that week, CK, where David Moore played a ton of snaps and we didn't even know he was there. So this is like, you're going to keep look, you're talking about Tet, XL, Coker, and then you're dealing with trying to cycle Jimmy Horn Jr., Hunter Renfrow.
Right.
It's not one guy's gone, and then Tremaine, right? And so you can't keep one Tet, XL, Coker, Bryson Tremaine, Renfrow, Jimmy Horn Jr. That's 6. You're not keeping 7 on the active roster. You might be able to roll with 6.
I think
you're already talking
holding
about David Moore or Hunter Renfrow are the guys that are kind of get cycled out. Jimmy Horn Jr.
Bryson
is
Tremaine,
etching his way into this offense.
I would like to see his first week that he played last week versus this week against the Cowboys. How much his snap counts increased? Percentage? Do you have that?
I can find it. I'll find it.
I'd be interested to see if that went up or down because he had even if his number was lower against the Miami Dolphins, the fact that he had 2 really impactful plays in that game on a potentially smaller number of snaps tells me that dude needs to be more involved. The
Remember,
fact that he had
14 snaps, 21% for Jimmy Horn Jr. I'll find that. Let's go to the Hope Dealer.
CK, Tony Dunn, Cody Latt.
What's up?
General Greg, the Stat Daddy. Salute. It's the Hope Dealer checking in real quick. Happy Tuesday to everybody out there. I hope everybody's doing well. Still enjoying that Panthers win against the Cowboys on Sunday. Hey, listen. So like I always do on Tuesdays, I take some time to process. And I'm just so grateful thinking about how far we've come as a franchise in a short amount of time. And I just want to say, Dan Morgan, my hat goes off to the guy. Dan Morgan is cooking, y'all. The players that he selected, they're not only being developed, they are showing up. Like week in and week out. The rookies this year, the draft picks from last year, the free agents across the board. Dan Morgan is cooking. And I think it just has to do with the fact that he's a Panther himself. And he came from that era, that golden era of Panther. So anyway, this is the Hope Dealer. I hope that everybody is enjoying this. We're on to the Jets this weekend.
Yes, sir.
At 4-3, it will be so great to have a winning record, even if it's short-lived. I don't even care. I'm just happy. I'm grateful. Everybody out there, it's the Hope Dealer. Keep pounding.
Keep pounding, brother. Hey, man, you're right. You never know how many of these you will get. We got to enjoy them.
Let's take one more call. I don't know why NFL.com is silly.
Tony Dunn,
It's the
Cody
same one.
Lack,
Hold on.
the C3.
Next call.
Hey guys, it's the girl that makes them out like
Joey.
So yeah, I have only recently heard of this Mix, whatever the fuck it was. Oh, it was supposed to be oh yeah, it was. Anyway, I just recently heard of them, and I've only heard of them because they quit. You know what? Maybe can't blame them. Actually, yeah, you can't. Fuck that, man. Never give up on your team, bro. This is why you don't give up on your team. And first of all, I thought Meow Mix was some cat food. Because I remember hearing those annoying ass commercials back in the day. Meow, 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 meow. Remember them? That's what I thought Meow Mix was. Now I know these doofuses made their podcast after. What the fuck is up with Meow? What the fuck is up with Meow like a little kitty cat? Don't these motherfuckers know it's okay. So yeah, good riddance to them. I hope their day jobs is going well for them. But anyway, guys, not, I can't do it. But anyway, not meow like Meow makes cat food and cat treats. You know what it is.
All right. I don't want to. I'm not endorsing but he let him have it. All right. So snap count for Jimmy Horn Jr. first game. CK was. Come on, just found the game book. Snap counts for Jimmy Horn Jr. Well, let me share it so you guys can trust your sources. Oh, come on, share screen. Here we go. All right. Bryson Tremaine, Jimmy Horn Jr. played 19 snaps in his first game. Actually went down a little.
That's interesting to me because he was pretty impactful. I felt like that fourth down play. What
but
was
Tremaine's went up?
Renfro went down though.
Tremaine's went up. Renfro's went down. Jimmy
Renfro's
Horn
went down massively.
Kind of stayed close. I don't know. I don't think that. I think that we have seen Renfro be used situationally, but his role not increased.
Right.
His first 2 weeks, he was a big part of the team. Is less and less and less. And then you get XL was hurt and some different things. So there's some, I'm not saying he's gone. I'm not saying we're not appreciating him. I just think that we're starting to see, look, ease this guy in. They used him on a end around. They're doing some different things. I think he's here to stay.
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to see him. He might stay around the same snap count. Might not like all of a sudden be a great part of the offense. But what does Coker do to that? I don't know if it pushes Bryson Tremaine out. I don't know if it pushes Jimmy Horn Jr. out. I think it would push Renfro down to that fourth down or whatever it was. All right, let's go to another
situational.
Yeah, let's go to another call.
What's going on with everybody? It's me, C-Dog1983.
What up, C-Dog?
Can you please hit the like button? Can you please subscribe to the great content? The C3 Podcast is the longest running Panther podcast in YouTube history. 13 to 14 years counting. I've been fucking with these boys for a long time now. But real quick, man, the only reason I'm calling in, man, is about this defense. Evero, man, like now I just feel like he just now he's doing too much with the defense. Like before, we didn't have the weapons, or we didn't have everything what we needed. But now he got all the pieces. He has all the ingredients to bake this goddamn pie. But now it's like I don't know, man. Like in his version of the 3-4 defense, sometimes he only had two down linemen in the game. Man, just put Bobby Brown at nose tackle, put Derek Brown and Alshon Robinson at the goddamn the defensive end in the 3-4. But like we really don't run it that much. It's very frustrating watching this defense, man. Like we could I'm not like we can stop the run. There's no problem in stopping the run. And even sometimes he only had 2 down linemen in, and he's still stopping the run. But just look, man. Fuck your scheme, dog. Just get back to 4-3-3-4.
Dog.
Fuck all this other shit, man.
Tell him.
I don't even like us paying that goddamn safety. You went goddamn Trevor Morrig, paid him all this fucking money to have him in the fucking box all game. Like, what are we doing, man? I'm tired of seeing fucking Nick Scott. Get Nick Scott off the goddamn field. I'm tired of seeing Nick Scott sorry ass. He's sorry as fuck. Like, what the fuck are we doing, man?
I agree, bro.
J.C. Horn got to tell goddamn Everett that he want to get on the best goddamn receiver at the end of the goddamn game. My DB should have to goddamn tell my coordinator. You should already know this is your fucking job. Put J.C. Horn on the best fucking receiver. God damn.
Got to.
Get me the fuck off with this shit, man. I hope I got them have enough time for this call, man. But man, everybody have a great fucking week, man. And we should goddamn mollywop the fucking Jets fucking Sunday, man. But Everett better tighten the fuck up, man. Everybody have a great fucking day. Everybody keep fucking pounding.
Keep pounding, brother. Bro, he hit the nail on the head, CK. I'm done with the excuses. I'm done with this is our defense, and this is just what we play. It's how we play. Bullshit, man. I'm tired of watching because they know it too. They will put their best wide receivers on Mike Jackson instead of J.C. Horn. And they know this, and they will game plan accordingly. I'm not a fan of it, dude.
If we don't come in here as a defense and do anything to stop the Jets, I would be officially concerned. Here's what I think I'm concerned about and why I believe that Tony is right when he says that this could be a trap game. We don't get pressure on the quarterback. We have Justin Fields, who is known to scramble, and I am concerned that he is going to tear us apart on the ground. We may have been able to stop the run and the running backs and stuff, but for the past 2 weeks, we haven't.
I said it was a trap game.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I agree with Tony. Is that you're saying it's a trap game? Because of that reason alone, I think that even though their offense is struggling with wide receivers, and even their run game with Breece Hall has not been at the top of the charts when you look at the rankings there, but I think that when you add the component of a mobile quarterback like Bryce.
The play that killed us in the Cardinals game was when we defended everybody right, and Kyler Murray turned off a 40-yard run,
diced us. Yeah,
just that one run, and it just changed everything.
And I'm telling you,
he did everything right except for he just played a little.
I have Fields on my fantasy league because the dude, I would argue, is more athletic than Kyler Murray is. And
of course, he's bigger. He's just as athletic. Yeah, I mean. We need to it's those off-platform.
Yeah.
That's not the right word for it, but like whatever the word for it, when things aren't right, you do the right things, time breaks down, you don't sack them, and then the linebackers have to drop back because of the whatever the receivers are doing. Like we just can't. We gotta keep everybody in front of us. You gotta keep him in front of us. You got to. I saw somebody say this in the chat, which I thought was a great point, is that the Jets defense is going to force Bryce to beat us. Like if you're the Jets right now, you just go, this is like Rico can't get 200 on us, bro.
I'd be interested to look at the
you got to make him. Defense. Yeah, but I mean, even and no matter what they've done in the past, like that's the only thing is like we haven't won a game. Like don't let Rico beat us. Make Bryce beat us.
Yeah.
In this case, the Panthers, we just can't give up big plays. And it's
Do
not
you
going to
think
be in
they
the
might-
passing game. It's going to be in those quarterback scrambles
Yeah.
that we
Yeah,
have to
100%.
keep them in front of you. You got to keep them in front of you.
Defensively, do you think they might sell out to stop the run?
Yes,
Thereby-
that's
yeah,
exactly.
yeah, yeah.
That's what would you do? I would say
Yeah.
this is like fuck that. If like is let them, I will go to 0-7 if Bryce throws 300 on us, but I will not go to 0-7 with Rico rushing 200 on us. And while the Jets are 0-6, they played the damn Bucks to the wire. Like they are terrible. Like I'm not saying they're good or like we just need a W.
No,
I don't
hear
care
you. I
how
hear
we
you.
get it. I don't care if we get it on last minute
I'm
field
hoping
goal.
that
I
we
don't care
can
if we blow them
continue.
out.
I'm hoping that we can continue to get Ted Roa, T-Mac in the end zone because
Yeah.
I love the fact that we were able to get him 2 touchdowns, get him 2 more.
What I
I
need,
kind of want to go deep
what-
early in this game.
what
like
I
straight
need
up
to
first
see.
play, deep ball to like, because they're going to be like, oh, we're going to stop the run. We're going to stop the run. You come out
Yeah.
there and you throw a deep ball and
That's
take
I
it
agree
off.
wholeheartedly.
Go up 7.
I think you need to. That's what the run game has always been about. You run the ball to set up the pass, to the deep pass, right? Because you're forcing all those safeties to play a little closer to the line of scrimmage. You start to allow those burners to get a little more separation, man to man out there on the outside, right?
Just threaten them early.
I am waiting. We have yet to see it. I am
Play
waiting
action.
for
First
that
play.
play action ball that goes so deep in stride and it's a touchdown, or even just a 40-yard bomb that we see him catch, a wide receiver catch. We've seen Bryce throw those and connect, and they've been dropped. We've seen Bryce underthrow and overthrow those. I want to see that finally happen where we feel like the mojo is there, because that's the denominator that I think we've been missing on this offense, and where I would argue that if we can connect this, if Bryce can get this to work out and connect the deep ball, I think that's where we changed from an average offense to an elite one.
And how much would that do for all of us? Think about this.
Dude.
Is like not only do you say you win 3 in a row, but say you go out there and you beat them with that and Bryce shreds. Like what do we like when we're walking? What does that do for the confidence of the team? Other defenses have to prepare for us. We will be insufferable on this podcast if that happens. And we have one last call. It's only 15 seconds. And then we'll finish the show out with whatever we got left. We got a lot to go. Still.
Slaves to the matrix.
No, we
Who
don't.
repeatedly fall for the illusion of a quick fix.
Well, we got to
Are
talk about the
guided by
Jets.
media narratives rather than bold action, and remain trapped in a self-defeating cycle of mediocre thinking rather than building a culture of sustained excellence.
I'm calling it right here. Play action, first play. Play action, bomb. Let's go out there, and not only do they make us beat them with Bryce's arm, let's just go beat them before they even start with Bryce's arm. Let's go. Cody, let's finish. We gotta talk about
Was that the whole call? That was the
That was it.
whole
I told you it was a short one. That
call?
was it. Something about the Matrix.
All right, man. But hey, real quick.
Pepper.
But I did want to read off. Hold on.
We already did this Mack truck one.
No, I wanted to read off these just as a cherry on the top of our O line. Rico Dowdle and the Panthers had 15 runs of 7+ yards versus the Cowboys. Dallas didn't have a single run of +7 yards. And then
No, they only had like fucking 30 yards, dude.
Rico Dowdle had 94 yards after contact yesterday or against the Panthers. That means he had 89 yards before contact. Translation, the first point of contact versus Dowdle on average was 2.96 yards.
He's good at that. That's why
downfield.
he's great at that.
Yeah. Now, our boy Kev is not in the chat room tonight, but University of
Does
South
he
Carolina.
like this or not like it? That's what I want to know.
I don't know. I sent it to him today. I never heard anything back from him.
gonna
University
hate
of
it.
South Carolina names Department of Sport and Entertainment Management in honor of David and Nicole Tepper.
And it's called like the Department of Sports and Entertainment Management via David Tepper. Like it is.
Yeah,
like,
it's
I'm like-
it doesn't
like,
it
it's not
doesn't
even
roll
that
off the tongue.
Tepper is like it's a long.
No.
And then when I saw it at first, Cody, I thought I didn't realize it was South Carolina, the university. Like, I mean, I did, like, once I read and thought about it for a second, I was like, guys, David Tepper's got to pay South Carolina money to get his PR back from that when they blew up. Do you remember we were at training camp and we were going to go and check out the ruins and they blew, and somebody said the day before, they're like, oh, they just blew it up yesterday.
Dude, that's hilarious. I wonder if that's why we draft so many players from their school. All right,
so
man.
Know your foe. We're going on the road, coming off of 2 wins, going against an 0-6 team with the Jets, who gave up 9 sacks against the Broncos. They are coming back from London. Long travel time for them. A lot of time for them to think about what they've been going through. And I was listening to some things, Cody, that that this will not talk about necessarily in our Know Our Foe. But a lot of people were, I think it's Jacoby. It's either I think it's Jacoby Brissett or, God, who is it? He may have even played for the Panthers at one point. He's one of these guys that's played on their backup quarterback. And a lot of people thought there were opportunities for them to win if they put the backup in. Questions about not only Justin Fields but the ability, is just too much for him at this moment.
You mean Tyrod Taylor?
Thank you, Tyrod Taylor. And you're talking about Justin Fields, who has had some moments this season. He's thrown some good balls. He's run the ball a little bit, but looked overwhelmed at times.
Yeah.
They have some playmakers on offense, but one of them is hurt, Cody. What we got here? Know our foe.
Yeah, man. The Jets traded for Justin Fields this offseason dreaming of pairing with Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall. The offense hasn't found its rhythm through the air yet, with Fields averaging 159.8 yards per game, passing and throwing for a mere 4 touchdowns through 6 games while taking 19 sacks, the second most in the NFL. So, hey, there's another opportunity to get some sacks. The offense didn't score a touchdown in a Week 6 loss. The area of the game that could be more difficult this week. Wilson hyperextended his knee late against the Broncos, and while ESPN reports he avoided a serious knee injury, he will likely miss a couple weeks. This would effectively keep him off the field Sunday against the Panthers. For a third straight week, though, the Panthers defense will be tasked with slowing down one of the top rushers in the league. Breece Hall is 11th in the league with 410 yards and is averaging 68.3 yards per game. He has not yet scored a touchdown this season. Fields has also kept himself in the top half of the league rushing, despite missing a game early in the season with injury, with 235 total yards, 47 yards per game with 2 rushing scores. Boys, this is pretty simple. They have a 2-headed rushing attack between Justin Fields and Breece Hall. Stop the run. It's that simple.
We have both of us have the same game plans, right?
Yeah,
they're going to sell out against us to stop the run. We're going to sell out against them.
And here, our offense might not be elite, but our offense's passing attack is much more potent than New York. I'll say that.
That's what I was about to say. If it's going to be the battle of who can outgun the other in the air, I believe the Panthers win that hands down with the weapons that they have. I'm not saying wholeheartedly that Justin Fields is that much lower on the totem pole than Bryce Young is, but when you look at the weapons, and I was looking on X and I saw Kurt Warner talking about the game they had last week against the Broncos, and he was talking about how they just had nobody open. Like, Justin Fields held onto the ball one time that was too long, and that resulted in a sack. But everything else is like there's no throws to be made. Like, there was no separation.
Kurt Warner had some complimentary things to say about the Panthers offense. I think even after the New England loss, about like where everybody was just like, because it was yuck. And, you're all going to throw up and be mad. And he said conceptually the offense has some good things going for it. Just wasn't, like he was looking beyond just the outcome. So if he's saying that about them, CK, in a bad moment, and then saying positive things, or at least somewhat good things about us, even in our worst moments, I'll take that better over their worst.
I don't disagree.
A salty defense. The Jets defense added 2 pieces to their unit this past week, bringing in corner Jarvis Brown Jr. to a trade with the Tennessee Titans ahead of Week 6, and edge Jermaine Johnson, who missed weeks 3 through 5 with an ankle injury. Brownlee Jr. made his presence felt right away in Week 6, forcing a fumble on the first defensive drive. Johnson came back into the lineup and finished 5 tackles and the defense lone sack on Bo Nix. So much of the Jets defense, though, revolves around cornerback Sauce Gardner. The former NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year, 2-time All-Pro and 2-time Pro Bowler, has followed top receivers on over half of their routes on a majority of games this year. According to Next Gen Stats, he has also forced the second most tight window throws behind only Patrick Surtain Jr. So, boys, we're going to have a bit of a UFC title fight between Tedoroa McMillan and Sauce Gardner. This ought to be a
coming out party for.
That's what
Bryce
I'm saying,
Young.
man.
I want this to be a Bryce Young coming out party.
I want it to be a T-Mac coming out party.
Yeah, but no, if that happens,
sure.
All of these things fall into place. And then going back to our criticisms of our own defense of travel, this and that. You're talking about a cornerback that's got all of these accolades, but they're 0-6.
Yeah.
So, you know what? Maybe I'll take that zone defense. This is part 2 of that, though. This is the same. This is salty defense part 2 from Know Your Foes. Dave Canales has already started the tape on the Jets, who provided the only non-field goal points on Sunday with a safety. And while he sees a little bit different look on what Aaron Glenn and Steve Wilkes have shown, by the way, shout out Steve Wilkes. Love you. Don't get your revenge on us. He's going to be blitzing a lot. Watch out. When he can't generate a pass rush, he will blitz. He still knows the danger the unit presents. They're a very aggressive group. Canales said on Monday they got a good front. They have a good front, and it is certainly going to be a good challenge for us this week. It's an aggressive attack looking at the first couple of weeks, and then looking at what they did last week. There's a little bit of change, so there's some variety, and I know he's got a lot more. Coach speak is what I hear now. I remember coaching against or being part of the staffs that went against Steve Wilkes' defenses and the attacking style, the exotic pressures, and they had a lot more than what they are doing right now. But there was a little bit of a shift. But this group is a little that's salty. They run the ball. Steve Wilkes will send the heat. If he can't get pressure, he's going to send the heat. So we got to figure out, we got to be ready for that. And get ready, blitz, be prepared. Blitzing, because if they can't generate it, we saw what he did in Carolina. If we could not generate a pass rush, he made it happen, and he would send the heat. So get ready, screenplay, get ready, blitz pickup. And if you can defeat that and make them pay, let's go.
The good news is that Bryce Young has been great against the blitz for a good portion of the season.
And he better be. That's what we drafted him for. Head. We didn't draft him for his height.
And also, you're going to have to keep in some of those running backs to pass protect, which I don't know if we've seen a whole ton of that from Rico thus far. But
I think he's all right on it.
Yeah. An electric returner, the Jets special kickoff returner, Kene Nwangwu, may only have 4 returns. He missed weeks 2 through 5 with a hamstring injury, but he's made most of each of them. Nwangwu leads the entire NFL in kickoff return average, picking up 36.5 yards per return. That number is raised thanks to its 72-yard return against the Broncos. Another example of how Nwangwu has proven himself to be one of the best in the league. Since he was drafted by the Vikings in 2021, Nwangwu has returned 4 kickoffs for a touchdown, including a 99-yard return for a score last season. In that span since 2021, no other player has had more than 2 kickoffs returned for a touchdown. I feel like our special teams has been sort of an unsung hero, have they not?
Oh, yeah.
Outside of that,
I would like to say that
one
but
game.
That New England game, terrible.
Right, outside of that one, of course.
I want to see this. Nwangwu has not seen the sequel to the Mighty Ducks 2. It's time for the knuckle puck. The knuckle kickoff. Come on, let's keep it going. It's given threats. Do you know that we almost had it where it almost trickled out of that Cowboys hand and landed in the end zone? Live ball. Could have been knuckle puck them. We need the special teams to do well. We've done better against that one game. Like you guys said, not anomaly. That's not what I'm saying. It's not an anomaly. We don't have a large enough sample set. We've been good on special teams other than that game. Let's knuckle puck this mug and put them in poor situations to where they do have to come out the 20, the 30. Now, you know that when you are starting on the 30 now, that's poor positioning in the NFL. Think about that. It's like mugs are like, oh, you just got to the 30. I was like, damn. Do you remember when getting to the 20 was the standard?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, the 30 seems like a dream.
All right, this is just real quick. The Jets lost in London 13-11 against the Denver Broncos. Denver Broncos 4-2, 0-6 Jets. This is where I'm not going to sleep too much on this, where I'm not look, the Broncos not great, not terrible. Defense. The defense for the Broncos is nothing to sleep on, right? They've only scored 13 points. Think about that.
Yeah.
Denver had 12 first downs. The Jets had 8. We're going to make fun. Everybody's makes fun of what the Jets did offensively. What was it? -10 pass rush yards, even though somehow they were 9 for 17 for 45, right? 9 sacks. But still, the Broncos had 9 sacks and only won by 2.
Yeah.
So I ain't sitting here walking out. I want to walk out of MetLife with a W and no ACL injuries. The Carolina Panthers face the Jets in week 7, 1 p.m. The Vegas has got them. The Panthers are road favorites. Holy cow.
We weren't at the very beginning. We opened up as underdogs.
Yeah, but
the
line has moved. But this is the first time we will be favored going into a matchup this season.
Bryce Young has thrown for 1,150 yards and 10 touchdowns this season. Is that true? 10 whole touchdowns? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Justin Fields only 4 touchdowns with under 799 yards. Garrett Wilson, top receiver for them. Brees Hall, 88 rushes, 410 yards. Take this, Rico, 81, 472, 2 touchdowns. The Panthers are, I think, 5-3 all time against the Jets, and the Panthers have won the last 3. 2000, they won in 2021. We haven't played them since 2021. We won 2021, 2017, 2013. We lost in 2009. Won in 2005. We don't play the Jets a lot. Wish we could play them more.
Yeah, right. But hey, man, don't jinx it. Don't jinx it.
We're 3-3. They're 0-6 right now. Expert predictions: the Jets versus the Panthers, according to Dimers. I'm my eyes. According to Dimers' predictive NFL model, Carolina enters Sunday's game holding a 59% chance to win compared to New York's 41%. The simulations project a closely contested match with a predictive final score of 22-20. Panthers win over the Jets. The model, which runs 10,000 simulations per game, provides data-driven look at each team's average. As always, these figures, Panthers' best bet. So, look, is that the modeling? But guess what? It's the NFL. I tell you this: every week there's a team that shouldn't win that wins. So we just got to go win. I don't want to hear no excuses, no nothing. I don't care. I don't care if we win on if the refs get it for us. I don't care if somehow the defense whatever we got to do. The Panthers got to move to 4-3 because I will be very sad on Sunday if we are 3-4 and they're 1-6.
Oh, absolutely.
The
Dude, that's what I'm
Panthers
saying.
are.
This is the perfect opportunity for us to get that monkey off our back and fucking win on the road, baby. Let's go. We need this.
Dimers is leaning towards the Carolina Panthers in 59% chance to win, pointing to Garrett Wilson's absence. Panthers and the Jets run the same defensive game plan. That's my words. Both of these teams are going to say this is make your quarterback beat us. That's what I would do if I was their coach. Cody, the Carolina Panthers have an opportunity to not only be 500 but beyond. Go one ahead real quick. Don't forget, you can go to carolinacatchronicles.com and get some merch. And we don't have a lot. You know what I'm saying? You get the mug. You can get some shirts. Every now and then we sell one. Not much. That mug, look at this. It's behind my head right now. That mug is legit. It's straight. It's a good buy right there. It's not even expensive. But the best way you can support us by smashing the thumbs up button, subscribing. Consider being a C3 super fan. Really, just $1.99 a month. You see people drop $20 in here. You see the angel investors drop 40, but like five. You know what is? Thank you everybody who gives your time, your energy, your attention. Thank you if you do contribute. $1.99. YouTube will take 60 cents of it. Don't worry. But still, many hands make for light work. Let's get the C3 super fans up and just keep rolling because, again, it just helps. A rising tide lifts all boats. And we do pay a shit ton for StreamYard and all the NFL shit all the time. But I'm going to do it even if you don't do that. Our picks real quick. I don't even know where my book is at. I didn't pick, but I'm going to write them down right now. Where the hell is my book? I've been so good. Oh, I got it. Let's pick our pick. I'm picking the Panthers to win. Is anybody gonna like try to anti-curse? Last week, Cody had the Panthers with a W. Greg, we both had L's. You at 9CK.
Oh, I know, and I'm not going to change it this week.
You're picking an L?
Dude, I have picked an L the last 2 weeks, and we've
Every
won.
time
I
they
have
win.
not.
Now we're just trying to.
I like
jinx
that.
the-
No, I like that. Thank you. Thank you for taking one for the universe. I'm gonna go ahead and write you down for an L. I'm gonna pick a W.
You're doing the
here.
same thing?
No, I'm picking a W here. I got it took two, like the caller said. You got to not convince me, but like I will not. I'm picking a W here. I wrote it down. You're picking a W, Cody?
Yeah, man. Got to.
That makes us. I'll figure it out in a little while. I had an L last week. You and Greg, Cody, killed it. All right. That's the C3 Panthers podcast. We got one last segment. The longest running Panthers podcast on the internet. We've been doing this our 14th season. We're here every Tuesday on the post-game show, Friday free for all. And a lot of media in between. Small things you can do. You see videos and shorts pop up. Smash the thumbs up button. Now, a new feature on YouTube is after the live stream is over, but if you see a short, you can swipe right. If you like it, you can swipe right and you can hit hype, promote. Put out 13 shorts of just clipping our show from the post game. It's just inching away. Nothing runs wild, but like new audience, new members, new family. Helps a lot. We're going to keep rocking. And when we start winning this show, we're going to be celebrities. Y'all are celebrity in my heart, each one of y'all. It's time to ice some fools up. Longest running segment on the longest running Panthers podcast, where we tell someone to ice up, toughen up to get it together. Cody Lack, drop that ice.
Let's do it.
Ice up, son. Ice up.
It's our homage to Steve Smith, where we tell someone to ice up, toughen up to get it together. Thank you, Daniel Castro, for your contribution to the show. $2. He said, keep it going. What's up, Cody? And launch. Thank you.
I forgot all about that.
No, it's so
by
true.
the way,
It hits so close to the heart every time. It's so funny.
Yeah.
And it, is every joke that is truly funny is a little too close to truth.
And hey, man, dude, this is on me. I never even read this. My apologies. VR, the Hope Dealer with the 199 said Troy Aikman need to keep Rico's name out of his mouth. Shout out to the Hope Dealer.
All right, let's ice
We
these
got one
fools
more.
up.
Oh, yeah, you're right. We got one more. Panther Guy 73, $5 love bomb says for last week's game win.
Thank you so
Boom.
much.
Appreciate you, Panther Gal.
Super fan it up. Smash the thumbs up. Subscribe. Really, one of the greatest things you can do is you can just copy the link and drop it on social media. And let's get shit rolling. Let's just get people don't know that this is a great time for
But
all
dude,
of us.
in the past 28 days, we've gained, what was it, like 128
I
subscribers?
know. I've been putting them shorts on me.
We're fucking killing
We've
it,
been killing
boys.
it. Y'all been
Listen,
killing it. We got to keep pounding.
You want me to
Oh,
go
wait,
first?
icing up. Yeah,
You want-
hit them up.
So, Tony, I'm digging into the vault for this one. I know you're not the biggest fan of Trevor Lawrence. I don't know if you saw this. Maybe I played this at one point in
they
time.
lost.
I don't remember. Oh, what the fuck? Hang on.
You know they lost, right?
Who?
The
So I don't know if you remember this or if you saw this. This is after the Sugar Bowl. A reporter was asking Trevor Lawrence a question, and then after she was done, she realized that she didn't mute her microphone.
Oh God! Did you hear the guy say this on the broadcast where he said the N word?
No, I didn't hear that. Oh, that
The
sounds
baseball
so
guy?
cringe.
No, it was like a college football. He was black too, so I mean, but he was like, he need to drink more milk.
Oh, but he knew he was live. No, I did see that. That just rolled off his tongue. But no, this is more lighthearted and funny. But I felt Tony would laugh at this.
Poor Trevor needs to shave his stash.
Please mute if you're speaking.
Thank you.
He should have said what stash.
Yeah, right. She wasn't wrong though.
Why are you icing that up? Well, you just didn't have
Because
anything.
just mute your fucking microphone. I think everybody needs to realize when to do that. But plus, I know you like to make fun of Trevor. He's your favorite quarterback. So
Okay, what you got?
So I am gonna go with this rabbit hole I found myself in. I was telling Cody about before the show. I am every time we win a game, I go in this like YouTube binge of watching the opposing teams, like fans, react to the win that the Panthers had against their team, and I don't know why, but it just keeps me so entertained. And so I guess it's a twofold ice up. The amount of time that I'm dedicating to a game that doesn't matter anymore. So I'm icing myself up, but I'm also icing those fans up that that have such over the top reactions to the idea that the Panthers just beat their team, including Tim the Tap Man, who I'll make as the primary ice up here. He had his reaction to the Panthers beating his Cowboys, and he said he might retire from content because of this. And so it's one of those things where it's fun to go watch, but in the end, they're getting what they want out of me, which is some engagement.
My ice up pick goes to YouTube. Actually, I told you I cut them shorts. Like we were having fun on the post game show. I cut a short that was really about the Skip Bayless comment.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But I started with the component, and I don't care about. I'm done. I'm done trying to. I don't care about what you think about politics. I don't even think about that. I'm just mad about the Panthers. Happy about the Panthers. I don't care about what you think about politics. Who's doing what, whatever. I'm just trying to make my money. Not make my money here. Don't worry about it. I'm trying to pay my bills, take care of my children. That's what I'm trying to do in this life. But I said in the short, I respect Donald Trump's media game going back to 2016, because like I've been podcasting, like I'm not even good at being controversial. And that I was getting to the Skip Bayless point, but the title of the short that I clipped the segment and I started with, I respect Donald Trump media game because this 70-year-old guy can use Twitter and Instagram better than
and it's just put I respect Donald Trump as the auto headline or something.
No. So I put the title of the short was how does Donald Trump know how to use social media better than I do? That's what I titled the short as. But I can put anything on the shorts and it just automatically monetizes it. Right? Like it does checks to make sure that but even with the 60-second clips, you're not using copyright. Like you can just show whatever and they're going to not. It automatically said we're not going to monetize the clip. And I went back and I watched it and I did curse a lot. I was feeling good. We were winning. I've been I was like, but it wasn't like the algorithm picked up on the language. I even hit manual review and it was just like, nah, it's like anything that talks about this is is potentially threatening to our advertisers. And I just thought, like, this is bananas. Like, I could say whatever the hell I want in another case, check. But you put that name in there, and they were like, nope, advertiser. And I thought I wasn't even being nice to the dude. I wasn't even being complimentary. It wasn't bad. It wasn't good. To me, I thought, this is something, I don't know. I didn't feel good. I didn't feel good that YouTube already flagged that right away.
Yeah, YouTube is not ever been pretty good at that, man.
Well, I mean, it's not, I don't think they're good or bad. Like, it's like they're like, our advertisers will not. It just felt weird. That's all I could say is like, you could say maybe they just have removed themselves completely. But I can't believe that. There's so many political shows out there and this or that. The headline was not crazy. I think the worst part about the clip is that I was cursing the whole time. And I looked back and I was like, dang, Tony, stop using the F word every other sentence. I was mad at myself about that. But it didn't even have the time to internalize it. Just said, nope, limited. And it wasn't going to get a lot of hits. It was going to make 27 cents. I'm not worried about the monetization. It just felt like it was like, no, we're advertisers. Don't mess with this. So ice up to YouTube. You can monetize the most extreme stuff. And even if somebody just says the word, they have been or less than ad suitable. That's it. That's the C3 Panthers podcast brought to you by CarolinaCatChronicles.com, where every Tuesday night we chop up the latest Panthers news and opinions from the fan perspective. My name's Tony Dunn. That's Cody Lack. That's CK. We'll be here after the game. The Friday free-for-all is cooking as usual. And we'll bring you all the great content whenever it arises. Cody Lack, take us out of here.
C3 Legion. We're going to get that dub on Sunday, baby, until the post-game show or even the Friday free-for-all. Keep pounding.